Yeah, I'll talk first. And we are live. Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Woo, childless Wednesday. Jazz, turn your camera.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Full screen.
Oh, how you do it full screen?
Sideways, baby, sideways.
Oh,
You so cute.
Okay, hold on.
We need a sip already.
Man. Y'all, we in here. We are live. We are having a good time. I am really excited about tonight. This episode has been since I started in the making, and I was just a little nervous to do it because I said it could be a little controversial. But now I'm just like, it is what it is. I got my Mean Girl shirt on because on Wednesdays we wear pink.
Oh, I should have worn pink. Dang, you right. Oh, that would have been dope. Sorry, my bad.
So I'm gonna start with the wine.
Sit down.
Since it's summer, I am sticking with the theme of rosé.
Sit down.
And this one is 12.5%. And it is from, we hear babies.
We hear babies.
Sit down.
We hear babies. This wine's from France, and I'm going to let my guests introduce themselves because I've got some special ones on here today.
Is that my cue?
That's your cue.
Okay, awesome. Hi everybody. Yana is up here hyping me, but we're gonna be okay with it because we appreciate the love. My name is Anthony Bowers. I am the proud owner of Ajay Wines. We're based out of the LA area, and it just so happens to be because when you own wine, you drink your own stuff, right? So just so you can see, let me see if I can get it together because there we go. Boom. All right. We're drinking our Zinfandel tonight. We do offer 3 different varietals. So we have a Zinfandel, a Tempranillo, and a Port. We also have 4 new varietals. I haven't told Yana just yet, but we have 4 different varietals coming out over the next year as well. We've been working real hard to figure out the whole thing, whatever. And so I'm just happy to be here. Thank you for having me on live, and I'm excited to enjoy what's going on tonight.
Yay. Okay, Errol.
Hi, Errol Pierre, recently certified sommelier, kind of freelancer, and in the LA area, just hosting wine tastings whenever I get a chance, into wine service and wine education. And I today have Till the Last Sip Rosé.
Yes.
And Generational Wealth Rosé. So we got 2, of course, sisters. 13.5.
We got the wine family in the building.
That's wine fam right there. Yes, it is.
You know how that goes. So yeah, all support to them, and I'll be tasting their rosés today.
Yay! Jazz, it's your turn.
Hi, I'm Jazz. No, what games? I'm Jazz. I am the owner of the Suckle Center and the Suckle Center Foundation. The Suckle Center is a lactation essentials brand. It's Black woman owned. So we have all of the lineup for your lactation products to get you through your lactation journey, where our goal is to help women of color lactate for a longer duration. Do have the shortest time frame. As you can see, I'm in full mommy mode. When you are a last minute mom, your drink of choice is whatever the liquor store has. And we have Stella Rosa Blueberry, okay? So, for the sake of time and festivities, we have some wine. I don't think it's black owned. I don't think it's black owned, and it's definitely not fancy, but it gets the job done for what we're trying to do tonight.
I heard that.
I heard that. I'm not even mad.
Did Errol disappear?
I think he did. I don't know where he went, but he's somewhere eventually.
The baby is in the combo.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay.
Not the baby reintroducing you because you decided you wanted to run real quick.
He's like, welcome back. Well, again, thank you guys for joining me on a Wednesday night, the day before a holiday as well. Oh, Lord, 4th of July. This year is flying.
Yeah, I don't know how we're literally 7 months into the year already.
Man.
I feel like it was just January. So
No, it literally was. The year just started, and here we are already in July. This is insane.
It's one of those things that always makes me feel like I'm not doing enough.
No, literally, because it's going by so fast.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I'm gonna get started with a couple questions before we get into our topic. And you're gonna let me know if it's red flag, green flag. Okay.
I like that.
Splitting the check on the first date. Red flag or green flag?
Green.
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 Okay.
Baby said green too.
Yep.
Right.
So you know it's real.
Man. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it.
Let me find out my baby teaching people stuff.
Hey, the babes know what they know. They know more than we ever will. So absolutely, baby on point.
Right. Red. Oh, 21 said red.
See, that's because the mouth.
They don't know no better yet.
Yeah, they're weird. They don't understand yet. We love y'all, but yeah, it's okay. You know, I work with them every day, so
I tell people all the time, I'm okay with it because I don't know you like that.
And also, it shows that you're willing to at least put something in, to a possible relationship. As the guy, and I should preface with this. I'm probably gonna have a whole bunch of opinions that go against the norm of what people think. So all y'all out there in YouTube land, don't be mad at me. I'm married, so I feel like I get to have an opinion on this. I'm trying to help y'all get your husband, get your wife. All right.
I may cover the tip.
Just saying. Just saying.
That's so funny. That is so funny. I'm all for it because then you might be expecting something out of me on the first date that I'm not willing to give.
Legit.
Exactly.
So, and that definitely be the thing.
Man.
Especially if it's expensive too.
Exactly.
I feel like too, we live in a time where pump faking is really a thing. So you'll think, oh, we having a nice meal and you paid for it. Oh, you probably got your stuff together, and it really don't be that. Turo, unless you rent cars. You know what I'm saying? That was the half off man. And that be paying people checks at the end of the day. Listen, you'll think that it's something that is really nice. So I'd rather it be real, simple, and regular. Okay.
No, seriously. Okay. Meeting at the location on the first date instead of letting them pick you up. Red flag, green flag.
Green. I don't know you. I don't want you coming to my house.
I don't know you.
Are real.
Same here.
Are real.
I feel like that's fair. Okay, can I add another one? Can it be a beige flag? It's in the middle.
Beige flag.
The only reason why I say that is if somebody who is so my dating, like when I was dating, I was old school, right? And so like my brain goes to, I should pick you up. I should pay for the meal. I do these things. Now, I also understand the other side of it is a lot of ladies out there don't feel comfortable with the idea of some rando dude pulling up to their house and knowing where they live. So I think maybe that's a conversation that needs to be had beforehand. But it's either or, like, because I also do feel like, and ladies, please correct me, I do think ladies still want to be catered to. Like, I think ladies want somebody that they can feel. They may not necessarily have it all together. So let's clarify that. I'm not saying somebody is walking in who has all the money, who has like, this everything together, whatever, because that may not be true. Like when I was dating, my wife, like I didn't have it together. But I do think ladies appreciate someone trying to make it, make that day special for them.
Right. I want to be courted, but I need to be cautious.
Right. I think that there's a way to still court somebody even once y'all have met like, I'm still, let me meet you at your car, let me open your car door, let you out, I already got our table, let
Hmm.
me pull your chair out, let me open up the door,
Definitely.
all of the things. But I feel like picking me up is maybe like dates down the line. Like, let's make sure we like each other before we actually know each other's addresses, you know what I'm saying? And I think that in this time frame, because everybody is so back to I want to be courted so badly, nobody is being cautious enough. Like, because you're
Right.
so ready to say, well, he laid out the red carpet from day one. And it's like, please lay out the red carpet differently for me, because especially like if I were to enter the dating world at this point that I have children, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to make sure that my
Hmm.
kids are safe. I can't just be
Right.
allowing people to know, where I'm at.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
exactly.
Earl
Okay.
ain't said nothing this whole talk. He just sitting over there drinking.
He said, I got my drink.
No, because I feel. I mean, I feel the same exact way. Like as much as I would like to pick somebody up, I wouldn't want somebody knowing my address before I know if I like them either. You know,
Mhm.
Right.
like that's not something you want people to just have access to
Right.
before
Which
you
is
know who they
crazy too.
are.
It's bad enough that you can literally like Google somebody and potentially find out their address that way anyway. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So let me figure out if you smart enough to, do the homework. I'm not gonna just lay the red carpet out for you down to come find me.
Right. No, I'm with you on that.
I
Okay.
thank God I do not have to date in this season because
Woo.
God bless y'all.
I keep hearing the
No, and
dating
I
pool
mean that like
is
wholeheartedly.
trash.
Like, I know it's crazy out there for y'all.
Yeah, I keep hearing the dating pool is trash.
Yeah.
And I feel like most people don't want a relationship. They just want sex.
They want the rose colored
Somebody to
glass.
take care of them.
Both on both sides.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah. Everybody
like
wants the
no,
ego
everyone
stroke.
is looking
Nobody
for
wants to
somebody
really
cute.
like. Nobody really wants like anything real. Everybody just want the ego stroke. Everybody want to do it for the gram. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's really sad. It really is
And
sad. So
it
I'm
is literally the complete opposite, where you don't get the gram stuff until you actually have the real relationship.
exactly,
Mm,
exactly.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay, now last one.
Can you stop pushing stuff?
He good?
I know. He said he was gonna be on this call no matter what. I love it.
FaceTime dates first before you actually go out with a person. Red flag, green flag.
Green, verify, please. Please verify. I, if y'all do nothing else, verify and know who it is you're speaking to. Does
Yeah,
Right.
that Tinder
green.
profile match? Did they gain 45 pounds in a
Real.
year and they don't look the same way?
Man,
Catfish is real.
catfishing is real.
It's real. And then,
Don't tell me
the
I'm
other side
dating
of
Lil
it
Bow
is,
Wow and you really
right.
somebody.
Like the reality of it is, okay, maybe they did gain some weight, but they still cute. That's fine. I'm not saying that's good or bad any other way. What I'm saying is verify. Because you don't know who that what you're gonna go to this whole restaurant because we were talking about this. So you're gonna drive yourself to this restaurant. Oh, and she's gone. That might have been the baby.
The baby.
You're gonna drive to this whole restaurant. You're gonna have a good time. You thinking it's gonna be this whole thing, and then you walk out, and it is the exact opposite of what it is you thought in that Tinder. Actually, y'all help me because I don't know what's the dating sites out there. I know Tinder. That's about all I
I
know.
know Tinder and I know Hinge.
Okay, well Tinder and Hinge, they don't put a whole picture up, and they over here looking a certain way. You're like, oh, I'm interested, and then all of a sudden you walk up there and it's big back syndrome. Don't do that. No,
Not Big Back Central. Anthony,
big
I'm
back
not with
behavior.
you.
So I
That's
have
funny.
to agree. I have to agree. That's a green flag. I've never done it before, but I definitely wish I did. I've been burnt a few times before.
Damn. No,
Yeah.
that's a
FaceTime would be convenient.
no, it's scary out there right now. You like legit have no clue what you're getting into, and people are psychos.
Absolutely.
So no, you gotta be cautious. You gotta be cautious. Let me see. Did
Like
she
not only are they psychos, but people, I don't know. I, it's a weird thing. And I mean, I think we all, no matter who you are, we all kind of suffer with it a little bit, but everybody
right,
wants to be bigger than what they are.
right.
Like everybody wants to seem bigger, better, more boisterous, more out there, more successful than they truly are compared
Yeah.
to, You know, the people that I don't know. I have a feeling, and this may be totally off. Like I said, I'm not the game, so I don't know. I have a feeling that if people decide or choose to be more of their authentic selves when they are dating, I feel like they would get the results they want. Instead, everybody wants to show the facade of who they are and then get mad when nothing works out. Well, you gave them a fake person. Why did you think this didn't work? You know?
Right.
I don't know. Also, like I said, YouTube, I love y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to come for y'all, but also if I do, I love you. I promise you now. I'm just saying that out loud. So
No, most people are looking for the image and what looks good to other people versus the reality of the situation. So, no, I was, yeah.
right.
I'm
So yeah, FaceTime day before, absolutely green flag. Do that, please.
right. It looks like Jazz is still stuck, so she'll pop in, I guess. When she can. Mom life has taken over.
For real, I get it.
What's the 21-year-old say about this?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let me. Ooh, let me hear.
I don't know what the young people do.
She gonna say something crazy. I'm so ready.
She is my child. You want to say it out loud?
I don't know how I feel about it. Cause I don't know. I guess I get more awkward on the phone than in person. If you're gonna catfish me, I'm just gonna sneak off anyway.
She said, I'm going to the bathroom. You will never see me again.
She is my child, so she probably would do something.
No, I definitely wouldn't think about a FaceTime date before a regular date. That just doesn't occur to me in my head right now.
Yeah. Now, I asked that because my cousin met her now husband on a dating app during COVID. Their first date was on FaceTime. And I was like, well, if it worked for you, it might be able to work for other people.
Right.
Oh, a whole date.
The whole first date was on FaceTime.
Okay.
And then when they finally met in person, it was real low key because the world was still closed. So he took her on a picnic and he remembered all the things that she said. So they actually had time to get to know each other versus rushing into something. So I'm like, it's something to it.
Well, I think it forces you to learn somebody. Like relationships, all in all, we have our own individual wants in terms of like who we are and what we want and what we see as a potential perfect relationship, so on and so forth. However, that does not happen if you don't get to understand the other side.
Right.
And so being in a place where you are in a pandemic where you can't do anything but maybe meet in that space, because of laws, regulations, whatever. And then you actually have to sit there like on FaceTime and have a conversation and learn that other person. Of course, the relationship makes sense because you've learned them. Like I said, everybody's so superficial.
Hold a conversation anymore.
Really?
No.
Girl.
I'm just going to be completely honest because everybody is too worried about other people's opinions. They're too worried about trying to make an impression instead of being themselves, that they don't know how to hold a conversation and genuinely be themselves. And a lot of people nowadays don't know who they are. They're trying to be this facade that they have. They're trying to be somebody that they want to be, but they don't know how to be. And
is that confidence, or is that
for sure? No, it's not about. I don't think it's confidence. It's people they don't know themselves.
Okay.
So a lot of people can't hold a conversation because they don't know who the hell they are.
Or they can hold a really good conversation, and that's not even really, you're end up talking to their representative, and you just get an idea of who the person is, and it's not something that they can hold up to.
I saw a video maybe a couple months ago where this girl said her husband cheated on her and she took him back. And instead of her getting angry, She said she went on this girl's Instagram and she looked at everything she did, the way she dressed, the way she talked, the way she walked, and she became her to try and make her husband want her more. So something in her mind clicked negatively on I can't like who I am. I can't be me because he chose somebody else. And now I need to be this person. And I was like, that is terrible, but because that's not you.
On top of the fact, I mean, the bigger question is, why did you cheat?
And that's what people don't talk about. They're
Like
too afraid.
that is the question of this. Why did you cheat? And then also conforming yourself to the person that he cheated with doesn't make you better. It actually makes you more weak.
Exactly.
You're not trying to actually be who you are. What you're trying to do is conform to whoever it is that cheated, whether it's a man or a woman. It doesn't matter.
Right.
For what? You know what I mean? I the bigger question is why. Now, if he's just a jerk, okay, cool. He's a jerk. Get on out of there. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's the reality of it. But if there was something that was lacking in the relationship, number one, we got to figure out what was lacking and why. And then number two, you as a person, well, there's three things. Number one, figure out what happened. Number two, are you willing to acknowledge that there was a fault on both sides? And then number three, are you willing to continue the relationship?
Mm-hmm.
If any of those three don't work, then goodbye. But the fact that you would change yourself to what you think he likes, because it just may have been a here, there, and I'm not condoning cheating at all. Like, screw that. Like, no, we don't do that over here. But I do think there has to be a conversation about that. Now, that's not how I live my life. We don't cheat over here. I would much rather you communicate, tell me what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong beforehand. Because if it gets to the point where, you know, there's cheating happening or there's infidelity, like I've completely neglected my marriage, you know? So
a lot of people, don't see it like that. But
and I told you I'm old school.
I felt bad for her because it was just like, dang. Whereas with me learning who I am now, you know, my partner is like so pro be yourself that sometimes it's like, oh, I'm such a dork.
We love a dork. And
I literally have no issues with being, you know, it's just like, okay, you're going to get what you get. And that's just what it is.
I feel like that's fair.
I have never been so comfortable in my own skin than I have since I just completely let go of this impression of who I needed to be. You know, the thought of who my grandparents raised me to be, the thought of who my ex was trying to mold me to be. Mm-hmm. Whereas now it's just like, okay, well, this is who I actually am. And she is happy. And she seems to have way more people in her life now being who she really is than before.
Well, what you said. Exactly. You are who you are.
Mm-hmm. And
so the most distilled, I don't know if that's a good word, or the most perfect person that we are, like our most 100% self, that's what people are attracted to.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? And so when you try to play the games of this is who I am, but this is what I think people will see me or accept me or like me as, well, now you have a schism. Now you have an issue compared to you just right out here and you do you, boo. And eventually the person that's supposed to be with you, like I said, will be with you. It is what it is.
Right.
There she is. Hey, Jazz, you back, girl.
Girl, my phone died. I was like literally mid-sentence. I was like, oh, there it goes.
Oh, we thought the baby was like, Mama, you done.
No, I thought the baby.
They're definitely behind me somewhere arguing. So
hey,
you're a little yelling. It's not me. It's them.
It's okay. We just kind of been conversing. We ain't even got into the topic yet.
Not at all. I know.
But to the point of the FaceTime, I do agree with the FaceTime. Okay. Because before you spend some money on somebody, not only to the catfishing, but before you spend some money on somebody, make sure that y'all actually gonna have, you know, a good conversation and good company. Exactly. Yeah. I don't see nothing wrong with that. We got too much time to be wasting on, you know, a day for no reason.
Right.
No, for real, because
Cool.
I like to get cute now, and I don't want to sit here and get cute for somebody that I'm gonna be sitting here like I'm just here to eat.
Literally.
And maybe
Especially if I gotta pay for my half of the meal anyway.
I'm
I
just
could have did this at home with myself. I like myself enough.
Y'all better. The whole thing that I've always had, and I've said this even before I was married. I was like, the thing that, how do I say this? Actually, am I allowed to just be myself, Yana? Is that okay? I
we
mean,
just
I have to ask because I'm on YouTube, so y'all don't cancel me, whatever. The thing that pisses me off the absolute most is those folks who cannot be themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even talking about dating. I'm talking about it in general. You know who you
Yeah.
are. You
Just
know,
putting on the facade.
right. You know who God created you to be. You know all these things that you are supposed to be, and you out here playing games. Why are we doing this?
well, that's like I said, for a long time I was being who everyone else wanted me to be.
Right. Now the question is why though?
Because
Right.
that's how, well, for one, it became like I tell people all the time, you have your parents most of the time that raise you. They mold you. And then
Mm-hmm.
when you leave from your parents, you have the influences around you that kind of mold you. And then if you end up in a relationship, you have that person that, you're molding to. So with me, I went from my grandparents to my ex to, my current situation where it's like, just figure out who the hell you are and be that person.
So
Mm-hmm.
actually, so that's what I was getting ready to ask. So was there any point between these changes where you stopped and said, "I have to figure me out for me"?
Yes. And it took for me to start doing wine to figure out
Mm.
who I really was.
Okay.
And it's like sometimes like when I would be around other people, like certain parts of me would like peek out and it'd be like
Mm-hmm.
back in. Now
Right.
I'm just like, oh effing well.
I agree. I
like
definitely agree.
like you gonna
At
take
the
me
end,
or not.
you
I feel
get
like into my 30s, I never was like comfortable or even really knew who I
Who you
was.
were, yeah.
Yeah. And to Yana's point, I highly believe like now that I am a parent, I try my best to like nurture who they believe that they are, who they say they want to be to the best of my ability. Because, like I always tell her, I feel like we were raised in a very much of a possession type of mind state, So, children are seen, not heard, this is the clothes I laid out for you, or this is the school shopping clothes that I bought, this is what you're gonna wear. I'm not buying them shoes, they cost too much, here go these, you know what I'm saying? So you're
Yeah,
never really in a space where you're able to like really nurture, like, do I like this or do I not like this? Like, I'm trying this today, but do I like it?
exactly.
Because you were just kind of told who you were and what you're gonna do, what you're not gonna do, or this is who I am. You need to be better than me, but like, how do I do that? The example is not there, so it's like all of these things that you have to like unpack to
yeah,
really figure out who you are, and then you do, get in the world with friends and teachers and
Hmm.
all these other influences, or people are telling you, well, this is how girls act, or this is how girls don't act, or this is what they're doing and what you should and shouldn't do. And it's just like,
Hmm.
damn, this is a lie. Like, I'm just trying to figure out me and without all of the extra opinions. And,
What it is, it's the extra opinions, the influences. And I'm not gonna lie, doing this gave me a lot more confidence than I really, because people can tell you all day long, oh, you're so dope, you're so this, you're so that. But until you really believe it and live it,
mm-hmm.
it really does not
Mm-hmm.
resonate within.
Yeah.
And then, going to therapy and really taking therapy.
Yeah.
At first, it was just like, okay, I'm going, but I'm not really getting
Both.
what I needed out of it. And then really going, okay, well, now we done hit a breaking point where it's just like, well, why am I being like this? What is triggering that? So many different, and
You're
then
really
you're
heavy.
just
I
like,
really
okay,
want you to get off me, please.
now you're just like, I'm okay, let's just do this. Like when
Let's get over here. I'm out
I
of
was raised to be more, traditional and, you know, covering up. Now I'm like, I like to show a little skin.
as I think it's the POC life, like especially because all of us are on here. We are POC all the way through and through.
Hmm.
Like to Jazz's point, we're taught this is if you are this, then you do these things.
Hmm.
However, those things are not necessarily what you may feel in yourself is good for you,
Right.
right? Now this is no shot at anybody, but my dad, I adore my dad, just so y'all know. So there's no shot at him whatsoever for this. I love my dad through and through forever, will forever love him. Like, he is one of my best friends, right? But growing up, he was, had a past, little gang banging, did the whole deal, whatever, whatever. And so men don't cry, men don't do this, men don't do
Yeah.
that. And I was somebody who grew up, and not necessarily that I was crying all the time, but I was a little bit more. I'm a suburbs boy. Like, literally, I'm a suburbs boy. Like, my dad was the one that grew up hard. He was the one that made, all these decisions. Then he decided to get us out of all of that and put me and my sister both in the suburbs. Well, our experiences won't be different because you had to work hard to make sure that you got out of that. Like, you had to work hard to be the best version of yourself compared to what previous family members said you were going to be, right? That was not me. And so for a little bit of time, tiny bit, we had a schism, which is fine. We had a little bit of difference. I think about it now and I'm just like, I almost appreciate it too now that I'm older, because I'm like, I see why you did that in your life and how you operated. How do I say, the semblance of what a man is being hard.
Yeah.
Well, that's not me. Now, will I fight you? Absolutely. Y'all pray for me. We working on it. But will I fight you?
To be fighting.
I will fight you. Absolutely, I will, because
but if I have to, I'm sure the adrenaline of it will, have me like, okay.
But even in that, like, how my dad raised me in terms of what he thought was a man is, and now my expression of what I think a man is, because I'm a girl dad, it's different. You know what I mean? Like, I can't be, super tough on my baby. Now, are there times where I hold a hard line? Absolutely. But I'm raising a Black and a Latina daughter. Like, I have to be tough in the sense of, you got to know what's going on outside. You got to know what's going on out there in the world. But while I absolutely love on you and adore you and push you to the best heights you can be, absolutely. And so I think, to Jazz's points, like I said, that's the difference. Like, most of us, and I would assume this, I don't know if it's true, but I think we're all millennials in this case. The way we operate is a little bit different than our baby boomers or Gen X parents.
Oof.
You know what I mean? And so I think you have to hold that in yourself, where you understand your parents or whoever it is that speaks the most to you in your life. Mm-hmm. They may be in a different generation than who you are now.
For sure.
And if you understand that, you take the good, leave the bad, and you continue to grow and evolve.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I was raised in private school. I was in church more than I wasn't. So
I want to have a conversation with you about that later. That's not a today call, but I want to hear more about that, because that's interesting to me.
and Lord help me, like, even with the way I would dress, it was just like, okay, I would wear clothes, but you know how you don't feel comfortable in certain things because you're just like, I don't know. And then eventually it just got to the point, oh shoot.
You done came on a call.
Guess who just entered the chat?
The queen herself has entered into the chat.
Okay, we got Miss Kiana of Generational Wealth Wines up in here.
That's my wine fan. We love her. Yes, we do.
All my wine friends.
No, look, this is a real party.
I know, right?
Welcome to the party.
It just got coincidentally so loud in my background when I got on here.
Where you at?
Where am I at? Bossa Novas.
Ooh.
She's so bougie.
She's so fancy.
She's always telling me about that.
I am, and I'm bougie. Like, she bougie. God.
Look, I was trying to meet somebody at 10:10, but clearly y'all all in the chat, so nobody was available. I had to make other plans on a Wednesday.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of Bossa Nova's food.
What?
Yeah, but the vibe is good though.
The vibe. I only had it once while I was drunk, so I can't remember if I liked it or not.
Well, the drinks did their job then.
The drinks be drinking.
The drinks are drunk.
Can't remember if the food was good or not. Too drunk.
Nope, but the drinks drunk and drunk.
I like it. It's kind of like, it could be a healthy alternative depending on what you get. They got some really great wine selections. so I can always get a good pairing going.
The next question is, do they have generational wealth?
Exactly.
They do not yet.
Yet.
I'm
I
gonna
love
add
the yet.
yet to the end of all of my responses. Yes.
I love the yet. That's my sis right there. I'm so glad you came on the call. I
I
was
was
just giving
like,
you a
I'm
hard
gonna
time earlier.
give
I
him
thought it
a
was gonna
couple
be
minutes till my plate come. I'll give him a couple minutes
Not till
while
my
I'm
plate
waiting on my food.
so she over here chewing on her food and I got to go.
Right.
Not chewing on
Can
camera.
I add the
Y'all don't
white?
understand how much I be
Not need
hyping.
to order it.
You can do this. It's like a conversation.
I mean, you're right.
It's like,
I'm a baby step my way in. That's why I popped in. I'm a baby step my way in.
and I'm happy you did.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
We so proud of you. Kudos to you.
I'm proud too.
And it's almost your birthday.
I know you right around the corner, girl.
Man, the turn up is about to be so real.
She
I
about to
haven't
have
sent the invitation out yet because it's still being created.
I literally was like, "Where's my invitation?" And yes, I expect to be there. I'm just saying.
It should be ready by tomorrow morning, but you know we're going to be at 10:10, and everyone's invited. So I finalized the details today, and yeah, we turning up on a Monday.
Ooh, I love a good Monday turn up. I really do. It's the beginning of the week.
On a Monday, like
Beginning
they
of the
don't
week,
always open on Monday,
yes.
but when they do, it's to celebrate your girl.
There.
Now, she was just with me Thursday to celebrate my baby turning 21.
The drinks was flowing.
The drink was flowing.
I heard about that.
That sounds like we was having a hard time.
I had to go to work tomorrow. I had to pull my auntie card and be like, Auntie got to go to work tomorrow.
Auntie got to go to work tomorrow.
I looked up. I said, "Oh, okay. I can't drink no more because I am driving from downtown."
Yeah.
Yep. We just had that happen. We went to what is that? Steak 88, I think, or Steak 44. They took us out for Father's Day.
Aww.
We were having a good time, enjoying ourselves, and then it was like, oh, it's time to go home because I didn't have to get up, but I'm like, the fam had to get up, and I was like, all right, it's time to get out of here. Like, the drinks were flowing. We had a bunch of good wine though, a bunch of good wine. So.
It is crazy how often I find myself shutting a place down, where I'm looking around like, why am I in here? Like, I don't have nowhere to be tomorrow. Like, why is this whole place closed and everybody just waiting on our table to leave? Like, we don't have nowhere to be tomorrow.
That sounds like us when we do our Thursday meetups at 10:10.
So, look, shout out Craig, because we know we love you.
We love Craig.
But wait, the fact that I now can get my lemon peppers with all flats.
Oh, and Chef Mo, we shout you out too, Chef. Yeah, right.
You definitely flexed on me. Last time I was there, she flexed with that one.
I did have to flex. I was like, oh, in off flats. And she was looking at me. I was like, yes, go ask. Let him know Yana's here. Matter of fact, he already saw that I was here.
Not the go ask. Flexing
Enough.
He gave me a look like, who do you think you are? Girl, go ask about me. That's who I think I am. How about that?
She found out.
She found out real quick.
There are very few VIPs that 1010 wine, and we are some of them. So there you go.
Yeah.
I love it there.
I do too.
Well, since we got Kiana real quick, we're gonna jump into a quick question while she
before her plate comes.
Right. So as y'all know, this is about real life love scenarios.
I'll leave this right here while she's talking.
Yeah. We love
Shout out to him.
So, should you post your partner on social media?
Like now?
Yeah. Like you in a committed relationship, should you post your partner? Occasionally.
I would say that's up to your partner. My husband is very private, so he would probably rather that I don't. Mm-hmm. So I'll always get his clearance first.
Okay.
Before I just start posting them. So I would say it depends on your partner.
That's respectful.
We ain't always trying to hide our partners. Sometimes our partners don't want to be seen.
That's true.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I'm private. in that way. I don't I don't post them. I don't want them to post me. But milestone things like, an engagement or wedding pictures, like that's different. But other than that, I keep that
Right.
to a minimum.
I think
I
it
feel
Yeah.
like if
depends.
you know.
Yeah, I think it depends on really like I don't know. I feel like you really need to know who your significant other is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, actually, I'll even say it this way. Besides knowing who they are, I also think there's a level of protection, and this just maybe me saying this from the guy. I don't want everybody to have you outside and know who you are because people are weird,
They
Yeah.
are weird.
right? And so there's a level of protection that I have personally for my wife. It's like
Yeah.
door, and I want to make sure that if I am posting her, it's in the best light possible. Number one, but then number two, like I don't know, I'm just protective of mine, and so I don't necessarily trust that everybody has the best intentions behind it.
Yeah, I agree. Jazz.
I was crying shouting, like literally hollering.
Ooh,
Okay, well, you
man.
into that.
I think,
Now
yeah, this
I
is one of those. There's no right or wrong answer on this one. It really does depend on the people.
On the
it
couple.
no it does.
Agree.
Too many people think that, oh, because you don't post them, it's not a them. Like, don't get it twisted.
Right.
Social media is not real life. And I had
At
to
all.
learn
I've been saying that since social media came out.
Right.
it's not real life. Like, don't think you know me because of something I posted. You know
Right.
what I want you to know.
Or
Well,
two,
you know
don't
what I want to
assume
show you.
that even for people who are posting, like don't assume like there's nothing going on in the background. Like I know a lot of people who's getting posted very regularly, and there was a lot going on in the background.
That
So
part.
it can literally go either way. I don't know. I'd be kind of like wishy washy with it. Like I feel like if it's certain things um then like it's maybe it's cool, like why not,
Right.
but like on a consistent like, oh, I have to do my WCW or I have to do my MCM, or just because it's this week we got need to post a week, like no. But it's like if we out with the kids and that's just the vibe that we on because we just want to be, then yeah, like why not, if there's something exciting in life happening, then I feel like that's fair, but it's not like a requirement on a consistent everyday basis or something.
Right. No, I agree.
Yeah. Well, I think you said like to your point, Jazz. Like it is very much the couple.
No,
Like
seriously.
it is the couple, and I mean even the other side. Like so, there's been plenty of times where I'm like, okay, do I have to deal, whatever, whatever. But then my wife, Jazz, my wife's name is also, she'll be like, you haven't posted me in a while,
Oh,
and I'm like, you're right. I haven't. Not because I don't care about it, but just because I'm so protective of your image.
yeah.
Right. And so
Mhm.
I think there's a conversation that, there in that sense that needs to be had too, where it's like, well, when do you want to be posted? Do you want to
But
look this way or that way? Where are we going? What are the parameters of you being on my page with me?
and
And
how do
so
you posting you? Yeah.
I
Because
kind
people
of hate that even is like a thing because if I'm with you in real life, like what I'm doing for you in real life should like be above, whatever the image is or what the people think or whatever or how they perceive it. So it's just like if we're literally waking up, going to sleep, raising our kids, living life good together, like me posting or not posting, I know I'm very posting myself consistently. Let alone to be like, you know what? Actually, should I have? Let's have a conversation about when I should post you. Like, I don't think that should be a thing. Like, that's kind of crazy that we actually have to consider that at this point. And I think that it just goes to the person, to both people. Like, is that really like a necessary conversation? Like,
I mean,
is
I
that
think
what
I
is
think
that the
there
world
is
we're living in?
I think there is, if we're talking about, and this is just me, being specific because I own a J. I think it's specific in the terms of how you're trying to control your social media
mm,
versus what's going on in your real life.
right.
Like, I got a baby, I got my wife, we out here growing, we have a family, we're doing these kind of things. And also, maybe you're not someone who wants to be in the spotlight like that.
Yeah.
And so, if you don't want to be in the spotlight like that, when do you want to be? And when do you want to be? And how do we do it? Like I said, I'm very much, as you, if y'all can't tell on this live today, I'm very extroverted. I'm gonna talk everybody to death because I love on everybody. That's just what I do.
Right.
My wife is not that. My wife is a little bit more introverted. She kind of keeps to herself. She's chilling when she needs to chill. Cool, whatever. So then, because I'm extroverted and she's a little bit more introverted, when do you want to be seen? And a lot of times, what I've realized is I want to be seen when you are acknowledging me as as the wife.
Some people aren't built to handle the comment. No, for real.
You know what I mean? So it's hard. I mean, I feel like with everything we're talking about tonight too, there's no like straight direct answer. I feel like all of it depends upon the couple and what they're talking about and what they want to be. But also too, more green flags than red.
So like your boy Jay just said, some people ain't built to handle the comments on social media. Let me tell you, I posted a video and somebody, like, I kid you not, I will go and post the comments. And I was like, oh, like it was to the point where I'm like, oh, they said this about me. How should I respond? And then it was just like, yeah, but I'm doing this and you ain't.
Do I need to respond? Exactly.
Right. It said, because let somebody call you a booger wolf and see what happens. No, for real.
Oh my goodness.
But no, people are mean on the internet.
No, they are.
Or
especially
no,
depending on who your person is.
not even just that. I've had friends who have posted their significant other, and then those friends have gone to follow that person like they know him. And it's like, hold on. You don't know him. Why the hell is it okay to just go and do
I've
it?
experienced that before too, and I thought that was real weird.
That's weird.
Especially if you don't say nothing. Especially if you don't say nothing. That makes it even weirder.
Right.
Because what?
Why are you following the person that I'm with just to follow them? That's weird.
Exactly. You don't even know them.
You don't even know them.
Especially we friends, girl. Get the tea from me. I don't need no other eyes nowhere else. And if I needed it, I would have told you.
Exactly. Girl, like, ooh, okay.
No,
because now I'm getting mad. And what's funny is I feel like I'm more protective over my friends' spouses than they might be sometimes. Like, don't let me see you out. Wait.
Look at Yana turned her head.
I know, right? What you about to say?
Because she really not lying. She really.
I'm not lying. Don't let me see hubby out somewhere. I'll be like, homeboy, what the hell you think you doing?
We were talking about this the day I met you, actually.
Yeah.
Not full circle. Yikes.
Yes, you were saying that, and I was just like, you meant that.
But he'd probably be like, Kiana, I saw your friend. You know, gotta mind your business, lady. I do. Right. I really should mind my business, but
no, because that's what builds.
My friends are my business.
Yep. I mean, because I've had that same thing. Kiana didn't hit up the missus, so was Yana, and it's like, hey, we're doing this, we're doing that, blah blah, whatever. I think the community is what's more important.
Well, no, even before I posted that picture, and that it was me, you, Danica, and Kiana on her wine night when she did the Meet the Winemaker. I made sure to ask your wife.
I know. Because she texted me and was like, hey, babe, I just want to let you know, like, Yana hit me up, blah, 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 whatever. And I was like, girl, I don't care nothing about that. Like,
I was being respectful.
Thank you for letting me know, but I don't care because I'm not out here trying to be weird. Like,
right. No, what's so funny is Errol posted a reel with me and him. I reposted in my story and I got hit up in my DMs talking about where's your man or something like that. I was like, oh, first off, he can see everything I'm doing.
That part.
Right. Well, that's what you're talking about. It's the fake social media presence.
And that's
I just think I'm a hide it in plain sight.
It be really people faking like they care when they really trying to get the tea.
Exactly.
Like, does your man really still exist, or is this your new man, or what?
Wait, you ain't heard that your man? Oh, you ain't doing that? Oh, let me get in your DMs and let me talk to you and find out.
Exactly. It really be some tea trying to be had or trying to slide in.
Girls really be weird sometimes, and that's why you be like, are you really my friend, or are we about to, have to?
It's possible.
Yeah.
By the way, blocked hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even answering your question. It's getting blocked when I read it.
Okay.
And these are all the reasons that I don't do the social media posting of
He's like, this got real heated, real
Yeah,
fast.
get it. Yeah, okay.
Because we all done
It gets like
experienced
that.
it.
It gets
We're like,
that
what
way
the
so quickly. It goes up quickly.
No, honestly, I agree. If I did not have a business, I would not be on social media. Like, I
Yep.
just
Same.
wouldn't. Like, I don't. It's too much thought. It's too much, time consuming. Before you know, you just scroll for 3 hours. Like, I thought I was going swimming. I done missed the pool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just be like it's very time consuming. If I did not have a business, I probably would not be on social media.
Same.
I'm not even
It's
gonna
too
hold you.
taxing.
I'd have a Facebook for years until I got social media. And several
Yeah,
times I've deleted my Instagram and my Facebook account.
Yeah.
yeah. Social
I know
I'm
media.
not a keep
I
up with
barely
me
keep
kind of
my jaws.
I'm
Like
a
I'm
very I'm a very on the whim kind of person anyway. So like there's what am I posting? Like I just did this on a whim. Like I don't got time to try to post it too. I didn't even know I was about to do this right
no,
now.
Errol. Full glass. Let's go. Full glass.
Just
Come
doing
on.
tastings.
Nope. Full
I'm,
glass.
I'm,
You ain't got nowhere to be. Let's go. Full
I
glass.
gotta wear
Generation. Let's go. Full
the
glass. I know.
What you drinking, Yana?
a rose.
Who is by?
Because you know she's gonna be mad because it's not hers. So
Some
get ready.
You see me trying to zoom in? I don't even know how to work this thing. Don't let me find out how to zoom in.
No, because she done been on here twice. I done featured both of hers, the rose and the Chardonnay. So, girl.
Well, you're gonna feature me again.
Not before me, because I need a whole feature of my daggone.
I got you. I got you covered.
I know.
Thank you.
Or I had got you.
We're going to move on to the next question.
All right, let's go.
This one has been causing a lot of controversy. Is it okay to have a work husband or wife?
I'm about to leave the
Hell no. Hell no. It start as a work wife, work husband, play until it ain't. Until it ain't. Absolutely not.
Not Jay.
Now-
Jay's like, hell no.
I'm going to say this. If she's 65 and on her way out the door and she more like a mother work wife type situation.
No, because then she your work mama. Call her what she is.
Exactly.
Y'all
She work mama or she work auntie. She not work wife.
exactly.
There's a difference.
It's a lot of other familial titles that can be used outside of wife and husband. Okay.
Right.
No,
I
It can
seriously.
be your work child at this
Or
point. I
work
don't give a damn.
bestie. Even work bestie is cool, but you talking about work wife? No.
Even a bestie is real iffy because I'm your best friend. George from 3rd grade is your best friend. That's it. The Lord is your best friend.
Jesus himself is right.
Jesus, the Lord, your Savior, who died for you. What better friend do you
Oh
need?
my God.
Okay?
No, there's no such thing as work wife or work husband.
No, seriously. I've always thought that was weird because it's just like, seriously?
Well,
And
so
you
what
spend
you're
so much
saying is you can
time.
connect with that person on the same level you can connect with me. But I'm your husband, right?
So my therapist and I were talking about that because I was talking about somebody else because, I don't even want to spill the tea on how I be talking to therapy. She be looking at me sometime like, ooh, child. She be earning every dollar with me. I'm gonna tell you that. But we was talking about something else. And she was saying that a lot of the time people that end up in those work, husband wife situation is because they're missing intimacy, the emotional intimacy, and that's how they end up in.
that you need. Absolutely.
And they should be seeking couples therapy instead of being at work trying to find a secondary husband or wife.
Exactly.
You focusing on the wrong stuff. You don't need a new wife or husband. You need a little therapy.
That part.
There's no,
Okay.
look,
What
there's
if you
no-
just use food? Does that count?
What is what?
And
What if you
then
just
get
use them for
at
food?
work.
Does
Oh
that
my
count?
God.
Then it's your food bestie or something
Okay.
else. It's
That's
your
what I was
personal
like.
work
How
door
long
dash.
in
Yana, red
college? I
flag,
used a
red
lot of
flag.
people for
Stop
food
using
at
people.
work.
It's your personal
Yeah.
door dashers. I don't know,
Okay.
but call them something else.
Okay.
Are those lunches on the premises or off the work?
And that
Who
matters
paid
too.
for them?
Sometimes they be off.
Everywhere. Sometimes
No.
they deliver. Sometimes
It's getting
in the
tricky.
office.
It's getting tricky.
In the
It's
You
giving.
don't even work at the office often enough for you to be having off premises lunches. You're about to piss me off on him.
You don't know where I work. First of all,
I know
You do
enough.
not
Not
Yeah.
Jazz getting mad.
there is nothing wrong with y'all DoorDash and Uber Eats and whatever as a collection of people. I'm a teacher, and so we do that all the time. Like we're all
It's a
going over
food
here.
collective. That's
Right.
what it
It's a
is.
food collective. We're all going here. You want to put in, I'm going to order it, pay me back. That's fine. What I'm saying though is when you take the opportunity and you said so-and-so is now
If you spending more
most
time
important
on
person.
lunch with one person
Right.
than you are with your partner, guess what? You doing some other things. You giving them something during them lunch breaks other than some lunch.
I
You
also
emotionally
don't understand how you
cheat.
don't have that. That's not okay with me. It's really
I
I
feel
feel
like
like
emotionally
too.
cheating is worse than physically cheating to
I
an extent.
agree because why are you getting too intertwined at the heartstrings? That's too far. Too far.
I'm gonna leave that alone because I'm not gonna say nothing. Errol, I see your face. You think the same thing I am. I'm gonna leave that alone. I saw it. I saw it happen.
Okay. Are thirst traps appropriate if you're
Who
in a
you
relationship?
thirst trapping? Like your
To my
own person?
wife. To my wife, yes.
Yeah, like are you a thirst trapping your own person or are you like
Who am I
thirst trapping
thirst
the whole
trapping to?
internet?
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna give a little tip that I heard on a podcast that I thought was cute.
Already wrong. I can already tell. I don't even need to hear it. It's already wrong.
No, so I thought this was actually really cute. So you know how you can do close friends on your Instagram stories? This girl was saying, I ain't gonna say who it was because then y'all might look at her sideways, but I thought it was really cute. You want to flirt with your partner, but you don't want to be like, overly,
Already no. Hell no. Hell
it's
no.
cute.
No.
I thought it
No.
was cute.
There's nothing you're gonna say past this point that I'm gonna agree with. I'm telling you now.
No,
No.
listen, hear me out. It was really cute. You only add your partner to your close friends, and then you post the picture on there. And then when they see it,
But how long is it gonna take you to
And
see it when I could have
so
just
all of
texted
your
shit
close
to you?
friends see it because you didn't post it right.
Or when they see it, they're gonna get scared and be like,
and
"Who the
think
hell?"
everybody else saw it.
Yeah,
Exactly. No.
But my thing is, what's the difference between they have like on the iPhone where you
Then
can
that
you
listen,
can post it, but it'd be like you gotta what do you
Oh,
gotta you gotta
go
shake it,
like the
yeah,
secret
to do
type
it.
method.
Like I would rather do that because how long is it gonna take you to see the damn Instagram?
thank you.
Now I'm over it. By the time you just think that the moment is gone.
If I'm talking to somebody and they my folk, what I look like putting it on Instagram, I am sending this to you directly because I am
My
not
only thing too is with the internet, nothing really goes away.
That is true.
it's
No.
still on.
So
the internet.
please don't type my name in and my whole ass is now on the internet.
out here looking crazy because I'm on the
I
internet.
thought that it was
Absolutely.
in close
No.
friends.
No.
Yeah,
And that quick, the AI people got me
She said that.
on Google.
I am on Google Images because I done put this out here.
You want
that's
Google
how
Images
it works.
like this?
No. No.
Like, hold
No.
on, this
Yeah.
did not go as planned.
That is
That's
a
how it
direct
works.
text message to the person I care about. The
Yana
end.
is tearing whatever she is eating up.
What is it? I'm curious because you've been eating
Me
hard.
too.
I've been watching the
You
last
are
like 10
really
minutes.
over there.
I need to know. What is
Yeah,
it?
You
What
gotta-
you eat?
you got us on mute, so we don't know what you're saying.
She on
I
the
think she's talking,
appetizer.
I think she's talking to somebody. What you
I'm
eating?
having a table discussion. Apparently, my time is up, but it's been real.
Boo.
Wait, you're saying you have
Enjoy dinner. Thank you for
We
letting
love
us steal you for a second.
Of course, of course.
Thanks for
We gotta
pulling
do
up.
this again. It's not as bad as in a group.
No.
I
I'll
see.
try it in a
I
group.
told you.
Also, tell hubby I said hi, I miss him, and I got more pork coming so he can drink it. Just letting you know.
Anthony said hi. He said, "What up?"
Yeah, there
Hey,
it
hubby.
is.
Yana said, "Hey." The whole gang said, "Hey."
The whole gang, right?
All right, enjoy yourself then.
Enjoy.
But this was fun. Y'all keep it going and
Yeah.
step wealth. Okay.
Well, always.
Bye.
Bye.
She's so cute. We love
You're
her.
very cute.
You really
Jazz,
do.
what's in your glass, Jazz?
Some Stella.
Blueberry rose.
You can't even drink
Okay,
wine. You drink grape liquor.
Can't even
Yeah.
Swiss lime too.
Like pure.
Okay.
4%.
Okay.
You know,
Y'all
we
try to tease me.
No, that's perfect. That pairs well with what's on your
wine
plate.
snobs.
Fried chicken, huh? You seen it?
It pairs well
Oh.
with It's
Errol,
cool.
you
He
showing
won't
us.
get it. He get it. Y'all need to mind your business. He the one that's a smiley gay.
I know, let me tell you, he played it good, right?
Where y'all
Oh my God, that's so
certifications?
good for whatever it is you're eating. Play the game.
Oh my goodness.
I have
See
some.
what happens.
I
Good
definitely
job,
have
sir.
some recommendations. I have some recommendations for you.
This is what happens when
Yes,
the
send me some.
people are just like it's no filter.
No,
Y'all know I just got
absolutely.
grown yesterday, so definitely send me the wine.
If you don't shut the hell
No
up.
doubt.
Send me the recommendation so I can get my life together, okay?
Listen, I
Because
just got
Absolutely.
grown.
in this next season, baby, I'm doing galas and real wines and pinkies up, So get me
Errol,
together.
me,
Get me
and Yana
together.
will send you all the recommendations.
Yes.
Let me
I
not
love
talk.
when black people take care of black people. Y'all better love
Of
me.
course, I'm not gonna talk trash, but I'm gonna talk a little trash. Um, my black folks out there, my POC folks, I love y'all. Y'all know I love you. I need y'all to get away from the stupidly sweet wine that is 3 to 4 to 6 to 8%. Not because I'm judging you, not because I'm talking about you, but because there are so many other things out there that are amazing. Matter of fact, insert plug here. You could just hit the IJ real quick. That's 15%. That's amazing.
Hey, oh damn, 15 is crazy.
Oh no, the port is 20. We ain't talked about that yet. I don't
Yeah,
have no
I'm trying
more.
to keep my life together
So,
at the same time as I'm
Percent.
drinking.
But the
look.
port is going to be sweet though for you.
It is, and so for those of you folk out there who love sweet wine, though it is high in alcohol, it doesn't taste as high in alcohol as it is. Drink that
Mm.
port.
So
Zinfandel, yeah.
so
So
fun story. Kiana texted me on a Saturday. What was it, in February? I think it was. And she's like, hey, me and Anthony got to meet at 10:10 to go drop off wine. Are
yeah,
you coming? And I was like, I actually don't have anything to do. Yeah, I'll make it. So I go out there and I think I beat both you guys there.
you did. I literally walked in 15 minutes late because traffic. I remember that. Yep.
And
Yeah,
I
that
sat at the bar. I'm like, okay, I'm chilling. Ordered me some fries. No, I didn't get anything yet. I had some water because I was waiting on you guys to show up. So
yeah.
I said, okay, had my water and I'm hydrating until they got there. And then he walks in and I said, okay, well, what varietals do you have there? And I think you said the Zinfandel.
Yep.
My Lord. And he said, I'm not going to, he didn't say nothing. He's like, I have the Zinfandel. So I said, okay, a glass of his wine. They brought the wine to me. I kid you not. I'm sitting here like, and I said, wait a minute. I had to take another sip. I looked over.
Like, hold on.
By the time
And
that
looked at
happened,
me.
I was cackling.
This
By the
is
way.
how cocky he was. He goes, I know.
Respect that. I respect that.
You want to know why?
Oh
Because
my goodness.
and all the wine, like I said, so we have 3 varietals now. We're doing another 4 over the course of the next 6 to 8 months.
Wow.
So especially the Zen, it's crazy. It's so good. And this is me not trying to plug, if I'm being honest with you, but it's so good because it is
Look,
no, I mean I can't plug. I guess I can plug a little bit. So you want something that's deep, you want something that has a lot of flavor, you want something that's a little bit on the sweeter side, but not crazy sweet. That's what our Zen is.
Mm.
Everybody that has had my Zinfandel, they all made the same face that Yana made that first night she tried it. Hence, yeah, I know, because I've dealt with this 50,000 times before you.
now, shameless plug. I will be in his next campaign.
Period.
If she
I
decides to show up, but
actually, while y'all talking, I'm literally thinking in my mind because we did the um we did the panel discussion. So we have officially decided that we are a trio and we will be having them quarterly. So I'm thinking like, what if we do like a segment of, how wine is a part of self care? We can have you guys come in. I think that'll be really nice. I'm gonna talk to them about it and see what they think. I
look,
know our
call me.
next one is
Therapist on next week.
huh?
I'm gonna have the therapist on next week.
Oh shit! Oh, Karen?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. I love that. Come on, connections. I love that.
No, like, and it's so crazy because when we set it up, she kept looking at me. Like every time she would talk, she was looking at me. I was like, is she therapizing me over here?
Because she was.
But then, it was like we were talking and she's like, no, it's something about your spirit. And I'm like,
Aww.
But I've heard that
It do
frequently,
be glowing. It be glowing.
It's the glow.
It
and
be
I'm like,
glowing.
you know what? Ever since I've been,
Same ethic.
Growing. Growing.
so
In
I'm all
you.
for it. I'm
Yep.
like, okay,
I love that.
I
I'm
love it.
excited.
I
So
know
proud of you, girl.
our next one is gonna be September 24th. So we're gonna keep it the last Tuesday of every month. I
Oh,
mean of
I
every
need to get
quarter.
on the panel.
Yes. So we'll definitely be the next one is for breast cancer because it'll be September 24th, so right before Breast Cancer Awareness Month starts.
Hmm.
Um and then from there we'll keep, figuring it out. But I think that that would be a really nice one. Like most women drink wine, so I think, and a lot of us are drinking cheap wine because we just don't know better or don't can't
And
afford it,
Serena
whatever the case may
said
They
be.
don't
this
know
one
about a J yet.
was
Yeah, so
created.
I think that that'll be um a really cute like self-care and wine tasting type of situation, and you guys can come and speak about your wines and how you got started, and I feel like it goes along with like entrepreneurship as well as
Absolutely.
finding the balance between not becoming a drunk and being a and loving wine regularly.
Yep.
Like we can play around with the topics, but I think that that would be really dope. I think
So
that would be
more
really cute.
often than not, if you're gonna have Anthony's wine on feature, it will more than likely be me that's introducing it because he does live so far away.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be me that is, giving all of, the everything. I'll be doing the
Yep.
pours because
I'm gonna
If,
talk that,
yep.
and even if we
If
can
you give
pull
me
you up
enough
on
time,
Zoom,
I will be
it
there
would be
waiting
cool
on it.
too.
Give me enough time though. Because
yeah.
to my point, I'm out there. But if you give me enough time, we gotta do what we gotta do. I will
Well,
be
I
there.
just so. Oh no, this one is for September 24th. Is for breast cancer. Yeah, I'll tell you in advance because it's every quarter, the last month of every quarter, the last month, the last Tuesday of that month, every quarter. So I'll definitely keep you posted, and we'll plan to like add in like some more like high class events as well that we'll do at least yearly. So I'll keep you posted on that too because then maybe you can be one of our community partners.
Let me know.
So then
Because
that way we
I
can
am
have
always
you in
about
the building with us.
supporting us. Like one thing
Okay,
I'm
I
so
known
love
for,
that.
back,
I'm gonna
you
support us.
guys, which is why I was on you guys so tough on being here today. This is actually my 75th episode of my.
Nice.
I've been more consistent this year than I was the first year that I started doing it.
I
So that
love
means by the end of the
that.
year, you'll be at your 100th if you do it one a week. You'll
Yes.
be at
Oh
your 100th.
my goodness. You
Crazy.
gotta do it big for that one.
Yeah. 100th
And
episode, you gotta
You
go check.
gotta do it big.
no, we
Absolutely.
You gotta
popping
do it big. You
bottles.
need to do like a live in person. You know how they was doing tonight
I should do it at
conversations?
10:10.
Yes. You know how they
You
do
know
tonight
I'll be there.
conversations? You
I'm gonna
need to
be
do
there
it.
exactly. Or I'm gonna be there. Let me know. I'm showing up.
I'm
I'm
like,
there.
I live in Inglewood. I'm around the corner.
There you
I'm
go.
so excited and I'm
That
so
would be so fire. Start planning it immediately. We're already ready. Tell
Do
us
it
what we
now.
wearing. What's the
Do it
theme?
now.
What's the vibes?
Let me
we
know the
wearing
date. I'm
purple
there.
because that's my favorite color. And
Period.
Okay.
There it
I'm
is.
so excited. Like this has been such an amazing journey. It's been such a learning process. And
I think
it's
I'm going to spend my damn
really
money.
I
taken me
know,
out
right?
of my comfort zone,
There you go.
which I
Cheers,
need.
cheers, chin chin.
We swirling.
We swirling.
Let me ask a couple more questions before we get out of here.
Can I ask a question before we get out of here?
Go for it.
Because I feel like I plugged myself, Jazz plugged herself. Arrow, tell me more about you.
Arrow, you on
Yes,
the
Mr.
spot.
Sam, where are we? I'm gonna ask some real nerdy questions because that's my life.
Sure.
So, where are some? Are we CMS or are we WSET?
Both. So I started off with the International Sommeliers Guild, which is really good. I like it better than both of those, but it's not popular at all. So people, that name doesn't ring bells like that. Then I did WSET. So I did the WSET level 2,
Nice.
and I got that. And now I am working on my quartermaster sommeliers.
Advanced or intermediate?
Nice.
The introductory.
Hey, that's fair. I have
Yeah.
my level 2 and my level 3 for WSET, and it's crazy. The fact
I
that you're
love it.
going into like CMS though is like crazy. Good for
Yeah,
you.
I mean, I'm gonna get the WSET level 3 as well. I study every day, so I
At
mean,
work.
this when I'm not doing this, I'm studying. So, but
She loves
my
it.
passion is more into the service and into education. So into
Yeah.
sharing education with other people. So I started a study group that I'm doing every Monday and Tuesday night for people that studying for their level 2, for Black people that studying for their level 2.
Let
I
me
was
know
about to
more.
say, would you be open to?
Let me know because I'm showing up to that. And not that I need to
Okay.
like dominate or anything like that. I just
That'll
want to
help.
go drink and taste with y'all and figure out because
Awesome.
especially in LA too, like we're not so our community, Black folks, I feel like we are now in a place where we're finally starting to evolve into WSET, CMS, like these higher level wines. I'm going to be there so that I can love on everybody, number one, but also make sure number two, like, folks are legit. So let me know. I'm not, like I said, I just want to be there to help you, honestly.
Yeah. And I've only lived in California for a year. Like July 1st makes a year. So I don't really know anybody out here. So
Yeah.
I want to do all this stuff.
Where
I
are
know
you
you
from?
guys. I know y'all. I'm from New York. But
Oh, no. Oh, I can
You
hear
hear
you
the
say
New
that.
York? Exactly. York.
yeah, I'm from Brooklyn. But I don't, like I want to do wine tasting events. I want to do educational events, but like I don't know a lot of people. So I'm just
You with
so
the right people, baby, because we be doing the
right.
things. And we'll plug you
Okay.
for sure. We're
Perfect.
going to plug you for sure. I'm literally, my wheels are like turning as we
Yeah,
speak.
Perfect.
absolutely.
I
No,
Wait,
love
you
that.
said you were from Brooklyn. Have you been to Hammond Sons?
No.
You haven't? Oh, okay. Next time you go back to Brooklyn, you got to go to Hammond Sons, Andre Mack. He is
Oh,
fantastic.
okay.
You
love
gotta go.
Andre Mack.
He's
Yeah, I haven't
amazing.
been there in a while, but
I
I'm from
would love.
I'm from
Go
the
ahead.
projects in Brooklyn, so like I was real broke when I was there. So I haven't been to anything
Okay.
like the stuff that I go to now, and you know what I'm saying. So
I
when
will
I
be
go
there
back,
in October. We can fly out. Let's go to Hammond Sons
I would,
together. We'll figure it out and we'll do what we got to do.
Now,
that's
don't
high on the list because I need to meet him.
in my head, Andre Mack is my best wine friend.
Same. Absolutely same.
And
D-Lynn Proctor is my other.
he doesn't know we're friends.
DeLyn's my guy, Earl. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Yana. I'm sorry.
No, he doesn't know we're friends. But if I ever got an opportunity, I would probably treat him like he was the Beyonce of wine.
Because he is.
I think the way that his videos go, he knows that y'all are friends.
Oh,
He knows.
But no, now see, y'all done gassed me up a little bit, and I'm a post and be like, if Andre Mack likes my post,
do that.
You know he was.
you gotta tell the people to make sure that we tag him. So you gotta tell the people to tag him.
Yeah, he was just here in Cali. He was here like 2 weeks ago in San Diego.
Yeah, in what was San Diego? I think it was.
Yeah, he was in San Diego with Cassandra for Sip Wine. I love Cassandra's one of my favorites. I adore that woman. She's the one that got me into wine, to be honest with you. So
our community, when I say our community,
right,
is so small, but
everybody
so
knows
huge.
everybody knows everybody, but the impact and the reach we have,
exactly.
Insane.
And when we connect, we're like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's Black people in general in anything.
I've met. You're right, because number one, we gonna love on each other. Number two, and it's the thing that I have adored about our community. We are so unserious about everything. I love it. I mean, and I don't mean to make this political. That's not my deal. But like, I've been watching everybody talking about the recent debate that happened between Trump and Biden, and I've been hollering because
we have still vote for Biden.
I mean, I don't know if we're going to or not. I am so scared about this next election. But what I do know,
it's bad.
We are completely like unserious about the whole thing. Folks was talking trash. They was making comedy. I've been rolling for 2 weeks from us because they crazy, because they saying stuff, and I'm just like, yep, you're right. Mm-hmm. Yep,
that's how I was about Jasmine Crockett after the whole bleach blonde, bad built body.
Exactly.
She ate in there.
Ate it quick and off the dome, baby, off the dome.
Because that's what we do.
Quick with it.
How you gonna try and say something crazy? Oh my God, your eyelash too big. Do you forget who you was talking to?
No, literally. And even she had to laugh first. Like Jasmine laughed first. Like, ma'am, you know better than this.
I heard that and I cackled for like a good 5 minutes. I'm like, that's just who we are.
You respond to a text, and before you even hit send, you like.
Literally.
Ooh, I hit that
Literally.
right. Okay, I'm sorry, Yana. I didn't
Literally.
mean to take over. My bad. All right, your last two questions. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Is there a such thing as harmless flirting?
Ooh.
All right, that's a tough one.
That is
Compared to
definitely tough. Because
compared
I
to
feel
the
like sometimes you can be perceived as flirting even when you're not really
Even when you're
trying
not
to
trying
flirt.
to, because
I
I've
have
had
been
that happen.
told that I'm a flirt because I'm nice.
Mhm.
There have been so many times where I'm just like walk out of said place, whatever. Hey, how are you doing? Are you good? Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
People take that as me flirting when all I'm doing is like,
Being kind.
yeah, I'm just being kind. Like,
Yeah.
But
hey,
because
you
there's so
okay? How are
many
you?
the
Like, yeah,
world lacks so much kindness that I think that everybody's like yearning for something that
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, this might be my person. You know, like, no, this was not that.
no, this was
This is
literally
not
me
that.
just saying, hey, how are you doing? Are you okay? And I'm moving past that.
I've
People
experienced that like
think
several times.
being is
Like,
flirt. My daughter is hilarious.
what she say?
People think being mean is flirting.
No, they do too. And
I
I feel
just,
like that's a trauma bond or something. Like, because
no,
what the hell's
that's
wrong
that
with
Gen
you?
Alpha. They don't know how to tell what they
Yeah.
really feel or believe. So
I
they're
have
mean
not
to each
flirted
other.
in so
Like they do.
long that it's one of those where it's just like if I'm being like I'm a touchy feely person automatically. So I'll put my hand on
Mm-hmm.
my shoulder when I'm talking to you. You know, I talk with my hands. You know, I'm engaging with people when I talk. I'm not flirting with you. Now, if I get weird and I don't know how to talk and I'm sitting here being shy, then you can be like, okay, is she flirting with me? But I have not done that in so long. I will literally say, I don't like you to stop talking to me. And people think I'm flirting when I'm dead. No. So my daughter is a complete cancer. She is a cancer through and through.
Oh, baby. She gonna be all right though, I think.
And
But
she will look at you like you have crap on your face and
yeah,
not think twice about it. It's like it's in her head and it comes out of her mouth. Me, on the other hand, I'm a water sign as well, but I'm a Pisces. If I'm weird, I'm flirting.
well, you also want to be agreeable because you're a Pisces.
Not anymore.
Not anymore because you've grown,
She's
but
in an epic. She's in an epic stage right there.
exactly.
Woo, I
But a
will tell you what I'm
majority of
flirting.
Pisces, what they want to do is they want to be agreeable because it's easy for them to move forward and deal with what they
I'm
got to
one of
do.
these. It's like, okay, cool. That's how you feel. But if I care about you, I'm like, oh no, we're gonna talk about this.
Okay, all right. I gotta ask. Okay, so Yana is a Pisces. Jazz, what are you?
I'm a Gemini.
Ooh, you crazy, but I love you. Errol, what are you?
Gemini. So
Oh,
you weren't supposed to lead with you're crazy. You're supposed to say happy belated birthday.
no, no,
Thank
no.
you.
I
Period.
So
Shut
crazy.
up.
really- okay, actually, better question, all right, Jazz. More specifically, what day were you born?
May
You know,
27th.
May. Okay, Errol.
June 15th.
Oh, he
Okay,
really the crazy one.
yeah. You
See,
know
June
what's so
wants to be cutting up.
no? You know
Y'all
how
hear
I
Kendrick
know?
Lamar
You know
acting
how I know
crazy
it's
on the
true
damn
to
TV?
Jazz? He ain't said nothing this whole time, but the thing I've seen on his face, he been thinking the whole time since he been on this podcast.
Very meticulous.
Very
I
meticulous.
actually
Why
don't
do
know
I
that
know
many
that?
men
Because my life
Geminis though, but y'all be getting a bad rap.
Yeah, we do.
I don't really know that many though.
I know a
Actually, my
couple.
uncle's birthday is literally the day after mine. His is May 28th. We're exactly like 13 years apart. But because he's so close to me, like I'm gonna be giving a damn what people think about him. You
Yeah, so
know?
you're at the beginning of Gemini. So before Gemini is what, Taurus? No.
Yeah.
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 Hmm.
So you're a little
Which is what my
stubborn,
son is that keeps popping in the camera.
right? So you're
The
a little
little
stubborn
one.
because you think about everything.
Huh?
Errol completely thinks about everything.
We're overthinkers like a mug.
Oh, I know. I'm so my rising sign is Gemini. I absolutely.
Mm. I
I
think
think
my
about everything. Now my Leo, or sorry, my sun and my moon are Leo.
Daughter.
So I'm also crazy.
we're supposed to be compatible with you guys, but I don't really be liking y'all that much. Y'all be lying.
We don't lie. We're just being boisterous. If you have look, you ain't seen this whole podcast, we being boisterous. It's fine. We're gonna be loud, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna be extra.
No, y'all are
whatever.
y'all a good time though. Don't get me wrong. Y'all definitely a good time.
Oh, absolutely.
So
But
Yeah.
apparently I'm a Pisces, Cancer, Gemini rising.
Oh
Ooh,
shit, you're
God.
insane.
Oh my God.
You are insane. You
Pisces,
are
Cancer, and
insane.
Gemini. Lord, oh my God.
Wow.
But wait, here's the funnier thing. I'm mixed with Puerto Rican and black.
Oh,
So,
You are fucked up.
and I tell people all the
now
time, like,
Puerto Rican, okay, what's good?
you have no clue what kind of crazy you will get out of me, but don't test it.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know what kind of crazy you're gonna get
Right,
out of
what's
me.
gonna pop out?
Yikes.
Like
What
Kendrick
Kendrick
said,
say?
sometimes you
What
gotta
Kendrick
pop
say?
out and shout.
That's crazy, Yana. Oh my
That
God.
is insane. My mom's
But
a
I'm cute.
Pisces. But I'm cute.
No.
I'm trying.
But I will
My
also say
mom is a
that
Pisces
Pisces,
and
y'all
she's
are very
insane.
intuitive. Y'all understand the world on a different level. Very similar to Leo's. We get it. Now everybody likes to make us
But
out
look,
as
my partner's an Aquarius, so
hell no. No.
He
No.
said, hell nah.
No.
I like
You want to know
Aquarius
why?
women.
Because Aquarius is a water sign and they are the exact
no,
opposite.
they're an air sign.
Oh, they're air signs. But they're exact opposite of what Leo is. So like
Now,
Aquarius and Leo, like, yeah.
my ex is a Leo.
Not all of us are bad, by the way, everybody. YouTube land, not all of us are bad.
I
Some of
believe
us
that
got
everybody
it.
finds the person that is willing to deal with whatever the hell they are coming with.
Everybody is crazy. You got to be able to accept what
True.
little
It's
crazy.
just
But
a different level of
but some crazies have no business mixing.
crazy.
They just have no business doing that thing.
Everybody's crazy. It's just a different level and a different type.
But
Is
what's
what it is.
funny is apparently I'm supposed to be with an Aquarius. So then it's like, okay, when I
So let
see
me ask you: is it working out because you're supposed to be with an Aquarius?
Were you looking for the phone?
in my head, yes, but then at the same time, I'm a dreamer.
Drew did not hit you. He wasn't in here.
Hey, of course you are.
So,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I'm one of those people that values relationships, whether it's,
Same.
platonic or romantically.
In general, every
Yeah.
relationship is a
So I
relationship. Yeah.
value it. So I get hurt easily by
Well,
things.
y'all really emotional people though in general. I don't
We
know
are.
other Pisces that's not like even the men. Y'all are really, really in tune with y'all emotional side. If I'm
No,
Pisces
we
is
noticing.
super
are.
emotional.
And
Super
when you
emotional.
hurt me, you hurt me. And that's just what it
Like
is. And I want
literally
to
at the
talk
core,
about it.
you be like, "Damn, I didn't even know it was that deep. My bad. Come here, bring it in, bring it in." Because
This is
I didn't
crazy.
think
Okay,
that
so
far through into this.
we have a Pisces, water sign, me, Leo, fire sign,
Woo!
Jan, and also Arrow, who are both Geminis. Y'all are, if I remember right, are y'all air signs?
I think we're air.
That's why this podcast works, because you got
We
three of
got
them.
all the elements.
And if I remember, actually, no, that's not true. Because I was going to say, because Kiana, even though she left, she's a Cancer, but
Yes, she is.
Cancers are
She's a water sign as well.
she's a water sign as well. So there you go.
So, funny story. My daughter's birthday was last Thursday. She's a Cancer. This side of the table, I'm sitting with Kiana on this side and my other friend, who's also a Cancer, on this side. I said, I am literally in a triangle.
I'm going home.
Right, of
I'm going home.
Cancer.
My
Oh my
closest
goodness.
friends are all Cancers. I said, oh my God.
Wow.
This some
Don't feel
bullshit.
bad. My wife and my best friend, both of them, they're Earth signs. They're both Capricorns. And I don't understand how it works for us, where I'm the fire sign, but the people that are closest to me
I
are
don't
Earth
either.
signs. I don't understand it, but they help me. I don't get it. I really don't. But like I said, my best friend, he's a Capricorn. My wife is a Capricorn. It's a little bit different though too, because my mom. So let me see. My mom's a fire sign. My dad's a fire sign. My sister's an air sign. So
Damn.
yeah, no, my whole family growing up. So when we grew up, I'm a Leo. My dad is a Leo. We're 5 days apart. My sister is an air sign, so she.
Anthony, I don't even know how we're friends because my ex was a Leo.
And you know why? Because
And you know what? And we talked about this.
we did. I'm a mature Leo.
And I
I've
said,
gotten to a
I think
point.
that absolutely matters in general. Like people who have like experienced some therapy and have gained some emotional intelligence, I
Yep,
feel like you're going to be able to maneuver in any room in
absolutely.
general. When you lack those things and your traumas and all that stuff is like popping up before you as the person can really pop it up for real, then it's like Yeah, maybe catch me in a couple years and we might feel different about each other.
Yes, if I saw my ex on the street right now, if he was on fire, I wouldn't spit on him.
You want to know why? Because he was not a fire sign that was mature. So this is the thing, and we can go past this after this. Fire signs specifically, we are really, really, really good at understanding everybody's perspective, but also holding our own, right? And so, and maybe this is me. I'm just thinking about. I'm like, maybe this is me and who I am, but I'm very good at like fire, love, brightness. I'm gonna love on you 100%. But also because I'm a Gemini, I think about every single thing that can happen.
Yeah.
So because I think about every single option, every single piece, every single opportunity that I can afford myself, it changes who I am as the Leo. Like I said, Leo is a sun, my Leo is a moon. And so I'm gonna be bright. It's who I've been my entire
Yeah.
life. But the Gemini puts me in a place where I'm very introspective. So after I have a conversation with everybody, I sit back and think to myself, how could I have done that better? And then based upon that, the Geminis are laughing, the earth signs are laughing. Amen. Right after I sit in here and think to myself, like, how could I have done
Are
this
you
better?
breaking the freaking case? You are. You're breaking
I can
it. Let me
take that
see.
and move it to my Leo, which is big and bright, right? And so
Right.
I will also say I think I'm a little bit different in that sense because I am such a big fire sign, but also
Yeah, I'm trying to help you take it off because you're breaking it.
I'm a fire
Hold
sign
this
who's
way.
big, boisterous, love on everybody,
This way.
loud, want to make everybody happy, and a little bit arrogant in themselves. But I'm also somebody who's going
You
to
broke
stop
it.
and like
Oh,
think about.
you're arrogant, are you?
So do you love both of those sides equally, or
I do. So one of my other best friends, she's a
Can
Gemini,
you get down?
connected. She said something one day, and I was like, "That's exactly what I." We had a conversation where it was just like, "What are you? What am I? Blah blah, blah whatever." And so I think all signs in general
It's upside
all
down.
have really, really good things, and you have to understand what you have and make it work.
Hmm.
Like I said, so I'm a fire sign at heart, so I'm going to be big, I'm going to be boisterous, I'm going to be loud. The Gemini side of me is what I think about when I am sitting at home by myself. Cool. I would literally say I don't like you.
Oh,
Ken, you're not wrong. Actually, let me ask you, and I don't mean to take it this way. Ken, what sign are you? I'm just curious. I don't like you stop talking to me, and people think I am flirting when I am dead serious. So, if that's the case, I have a feeling you're a fire sign, but I don't know just yet. We'll see.
exactly.
'Cause we're really good at flirting. Fire signs, we're A1.
She says she's a Cancer.
Is she a Cancer? Oh, she's emotional. Okay,
She is.
that's fair.
Now,
Yeah, especially if
child,
you're a Cancer, that's fair. Yeah,
she will
absolutely.
literally fight you with tears in her eyes.
I feel like that's every sign though, because if you piss me off enough as a Leo, I'm gonna cry and then I'm gonna wring your neck. It's gonna be on the other side of the world. Like I'm throwing you overboard. Go to Canada.
Errol
Are you
is
breaking my
probably
shoe?
the most calm person on the live.
Who?
yeah,
Errol.
I'm
Yeah,
mostly calm.
yeah, because it ain't me.
He he from Brooklyn. He know he crazy, so he gotta stay calm.
Exactly, because
He's
he's
I'm
from
not
gonna go too
crazy.
far.
you
I just
can't
know
be
crazy.
Brooklyn and not be crazy.
No, I have crazy thoughts and I know crazy people. I'm not crazy.
Hmm.
Well,
I
if
feel
you
like
have crazy thoughts and you know
the
crazy
ones
people,
that
it
be
does
the
that not make you
chillest,
crazy?
like the ones that be the chillest be the craziest ones. Like
Exactly.
my
No,
oldest son,
seriously.
my
Absolutely.
oldest son, he is super super chill, like and very passive until he's not, and it's scary because there's no middle ground. Like
Yeah.
he literally is either I don't care at all, and I'm gonna give you a pass, or he's literally like raging. And
I'm at
when
a
I say
thousand.
raging, I mean like his eyeballs is popping at his freaking head. He's screaming at the top of his lungs, like trying to claw, like extreme. Like so,
That's
I feel
fine,
like they
'cause
be
that's what my
knowing.
therapist is working on with me right now.
Yeah, I feel like y'all be knowing, like, okay, I'm going to take it too far, so I'm gonna always try to stay in a state of peace until I just can't. Like, and then it's just like, oh, you going to jail?
No, as a Pisces, I kid you not. You know,
You're not wrong. You cannot be more right. I know
I be
Yana
like,
says the
son,
same thing with me. I'm going to hold together until the last possible second. Once I crossed that line,
It's
no.
over.
And
My
that's
grandmother
the
was like, I've never seen him act like this. She was so scared.
I have to literally talk myself out of those intrusive thoughts. And that is what therapy is helping me through, because guess what? Feelings aren't facts, one.
Right.
And two, I will make up scenarios in my head and believe that they are real.
Mm-hmm.
That's not called schizophrenia. You
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. My bad.
Be
Sorry.
your own kids.
it be your own
It be
fucking
your
kid.
own kid.
But no, seriously, she's like, no, because I'm a Pisces, I do live in this whole everything is amazing. Everything is awesome. I want everything to be such a perfect situation that now I'm living in that reality. And that's not the case. So I have to talk to myself and tell myself, okay, for one, you're overthinking.
Mm-hmm.
You need to bring yourself back to reality. And three, you don't know. You really don't fucking know. Because if you leave it to me to come up with my own assumption, I'm going to believe what the fuck I want to believe. And all I need is a tiny piece of what's real. And I'm going to, make my own scenario of the situation. That's why I can't. So, cute story. I was in Mexico on accident.
What?
And I was watching.
Wait, look, you about to make him choke. What?
We were talking
How?
about that. We were at what? At 10:10. And accidentally ended up in Mexico. We were watching a telenovela.
Yeah.
And in my head, what I deciphered is what the reality was. So sometimes in real life, that's what happens. It's like, if you leave the assumption up to me, I'm going to just believe that. So that's why it's best if I ask you questions, just give me answers.
To answer me. I agree.
Or
But
I'm
I feel
going
like
to go with whatever.
I feel like that's a female trait too. I
Why
feel
are
like
you
as
going to
women
Mexico?
in
Is the real
general.
question.
What'd you say?
Why are you going to Mexico? What are we doing from 1010? That's crazy.
Okay, so no. Okay, so short story. My best friend got her license. We were on the 405, and this was before you needed passports, so I'm aging myself a little bit. We accidentally ended up in Mexico just driving. Okay. And I was like, well, we already here. We're going to end up on punishment anyway, so we might as well just keep going. So we had a good time.
Oh, my God.
By the time we got home, it was worth being on punishment for a month.
Okay.
Not for a month.
Not for a month.
Too far every
okay, if that's how you feel. All right, girl.
Hey, I will tell you this. I am 42, and because of certain life experiences that I wouldn't have had playing it safe,
My kids better not go to Mexico by mistake.
I tell my daughter all the time, travel. If you want to freaking get married, which she has said, I'm busting her out on this one. She says she getting married 5 times. And I'm like, well, I guess I got to find 5 mother the bride dresses.
We're not going to get 5.
She don't have to get married 5. She can have 5 weddings.
She can do 5 weddings.
Ceremonies.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but
you know what? Let me tell you
5
something.
different dresses.
If I'm not mistaken, the school has free therapy. That's where I had my first therapy session at. It might be about that time.
They didn't have that. They didn't have that in Brooklyn.
He said
in college?
No, absolutely not.
The college didn't have therapy?
Mm-hmm.
Ew. So Errol is at the point where he's drunk now.
I'm crying.
I'm a professional.
Yeah, I did my first therapy session on the college campus. I think it was free. If it wasn't free, it was like barely costing anything.
Yeah, I wasn't good at finding out my resources when I was in college.
That's fine.
Most people aren't.
Because they don't tell us. So there's.
I think when I went to college, the internet had just came out, and I didn't know how to use it yet.
Not the internet. Dude, how old
No,
are you?
we had already established at 10:10
40.
we're in the same boat.
How
Yes,
old? 49?
absolutely.
I'm 40.
Ooh, Jazz, don't age us. And I
I thought
almost
that's
gave
what he
you
said. It cut out. I didn't know what he said. He
Wait,
don't look
Errol,
40
you 40?
either. He doesn't
Yeah, I
look
just
40
turned 40.
either.
Come on, Melanin. Where? Where is the
Yeah,
40?
he
Yeah.
doesn't look
It's in
40.
here.
I wasn't putting the age on it.
Hello.
The
Look, I
grays, no, but
understand.
you
I'm
know
trying to
what?
I'm trying
Got
to
it.
catch
Yep,
up.
I
I'm
got
trying
it.
to catch up.
Some people be having grays prematurely. I wouldn't assume
I
just off
know.
the grays, but your actual face looks young. It doesn't look like 40.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. If my face could catch up to, if my knees could do what my face do, I'll be.
my
Right.
knees.
Needs are shot.
All of us.
All
Listen,
of
with enough
Bestie.
liquor, my knees can do what my face can do.
it was
Ooh.
With
because of
enough
the
liquor,
taking
my
over from
knees.
99 and 2000. It killed us. It took over for
It
the
was
99
that was
and
it was
2000.
worth it.
Over.
That
Give me
was
some.
worth it.
It was worth it. My knees
That
Give me
was
hurt,
hands.
worth it.
but it was worth it.
Give us, come on.
Y'all,
Come on.
okay, let me ask a couple more questions.
Yes, let's go. I'm sorry. Because we just over here chatting, but it's fine.
No, it really is
It's all
fine.
It really is fine. It's completely fine.
So, if you and your partner decide to take a break, is the relationship over?
For that moment.
That's what the break is.
Better
Hey,
question is what
Are
is a
you
break?
What
permanently?
Jada way to say? What the Jada way said? I don't be cheating on men, but when we have them little breaks, that's when I do my dirt. Once you say you don't want me, whether that be 2 weeks, 3 months, 4 years, and we take it back, mind your business on what happened during that time. You say you did
Not
not want
mind
me.
your business, Jazz.
You say you did not want me. Now the Lord said, say what you said and stand on it, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna mind my business.
Not I'm gonna mind my business.
Why? Okay.
And if you really play it safe, it should never get back to the person anyway. Play it smart.
That ain't their business anyway.
And don't ask me shit you don't want to know the answer to.
What is look? What does a break mean? That's my question.
No, so
Is a
say
break
you
we're
know how
not
some
together?
are,
We're
whether they're in a
we're speaking.
relationship.
Hold on, I'm sorry. We're speaking from unmarried. So in a married situation, then that's
What?
completely different. Yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
Exactly. And so that's why I'm
Because
asking.
that break might mean that we're going to couples therapy.
Yeah,
Right.
because
You
married
know,
Right.
that's different. That's
exactly right.
different.
Yes. And so that's what I'm asking. Like, okay, so if you're not married, we need to break. Okay, y'all out there doing what you got to do, but married, it's a different ballgame. What does that mean?
Absolutely.
If you on a break and you married, y'all got some big fish to fry. Because we're
But
trying to really figure out, are we legally separating? Are we divorcing for real? Like, especially if you have children involved, like that's a whole different situation because you're trying to figure out why your marriage is broken.
Right.
it happens though, because before I actually got divorced, I was separated.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. But I feel like if you're in a separation, it depends on the terms. Like, are we separating to figure it out? Or are we
That's the thing.
separating
We were
because
supposed to be separating to figure it out. Once he decided that and that's when I knew I was over him and was ready to move on. I don't even remember this chick's name that he was messing with.
No.
And this chick had the nerve to call me.
Oh, we're
Oh,
not doing Barbara this is surety.
Sorry.
That's what we're not doing. But that's what
So
I mean though. Even in a situation when you're dating, that's what I mean by if you play it smart, it should never get back to the person because why is the person that you're sneaking and geeking with on this break even feeling comfortable enough or feel like
exactly.
there's somebody to that extent that you're even addressing me? Whoever the person is should have their situation unlocked enough but it's like, oh, this is off the table, baby. No, 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 no. We don't do that. You know?
See, but the
Control
other
your
side of
hoe.
it is too, and I hate to
Yeah,
say this,
literally control your
and
hoe.
maybe Yana can talk about this. Like, if I'm married, we need to take a break. We're trying to figure it out. Figure it out. We're trying to figure out what the next step is. I don't know if the next step involves dealing with somebody else.
No, I agree. And when you're married, no, I completely agree.
Because the reality of it is, if I married you, there was something that I saw in you when I married you that made sense for me.
Mhm.
But okay,
Now,
this is my thing with marriage though. I feel like it depends on when you got married. Because if you got married really young, not necessarily that you should be get down. Not necessarily that you should be like dealing with other people, but I feel like you made a decision before you really maybe knew who you were, or you've become someone else in that time frame. So you do have to take into account like do I still feel the way I felt? You know, now that we have grown, now that we might have kids, or now that we've lived together long term, like now that we might have different careers, whatever the case may be, where do we stand in this version of us?
Right. And
And
so
but
you're
that's
not
why I feel like it makes sense to have a conversation on like, are we going to therapy and we're just living separately, or are we seeing other people but going to therapy? Like I feel like at that point in a marriage, there needs to be like a legit conversation.
I agree. I also think if we were two individuals who got married or are married, I should say got are married, there was something or there was a reason why we got married to begin with.
I
Right.
agree.
Now is the
Especially if you did it on your own. Like
exactly.
someone just said the other day that like their parent kind of like forced it upon them because they were like having a baby or whatever the case may be, you
Right.
know? So that's
But
a
if you
different
but
situation.
regardless, if you choose to get married to somebody, there was a reason why you got married. And so is us being split apart or us being, separated
Now I'm gonna say this:
the reason we need to figure out
that
why.
baby marriage don't count. And
Look
that's
at his face.
me
He
speaking.
look he wait, ask him what he gotta say because his face is giving.
Arrow
Gotta
is
lost your
like,
damn mind. Yeah,
no,
that's
but
exactly.
still me speaking baby marriage, it don't count. Because guess what? It's
You
more than likely your
Well, you did
influence.
baby marriage because you felt obligated, not because you wanted to.
Exactly. It
Exactly.
don't count. I never got married at that point.
Right.
I
So
was
if it
playing.
is if it is baby marriage, I think you need to stop and you need to figure out what your life looks like after that. If you decided to get married, I think you have to figure out why you don't want to be married.
Right.
Right.
Like
A
and
lot
and,
of times people think the grass is greener on the other side
and it's not.
when it's really just some mental trickery going on, and you really need to address that. Like that, I really feel like a lot of people don't seek therapy or don't even seek God really, and for that matter, like you're going to continue. The issue is not that person that you're sitting across from. Possibly, could be, very much could be, but can very much not be as well. And if you're literally just going off of how you feel in this moment, I can guarantee you that some years down the line, you're gonna double back like I owe you an apology and I should have went about the situation completely different because you're gonna realize that it was your own lack of emotional intelligence or
Mhm.
your form of communication or your lack of commitment because of whatever you're seeing around you or whatever your people or your friends might be doing that's causing you to feel like I don't know about this.
That's
Yeah.
true. I also feel like if you wanted to be married, to your point, Jazz, you should have talked to God before you got married.
I agree.
Now let me
And
Like
tell
I
you,
definitely believe that
I
people
would
should
say,
seek
and I
couples
would tell you,
therapy
like,
before officially tying the knot as well.
absolutely. So before I got married, I prayed hard, real hard. I fasted a couple days, and I was like, Lord, is this my wife?
yeah,
Man, I
Yes,
heard that for
I
real.
did. I
Fast for
fasted.
me, baby. Fast for me.
You want to know why I fasted? Because I don't take marriage lightly, and so if
now
I'm
let me
Yeah.
going
tell
to be
you,
into a
Anthony,
marriage, huh?
your wife to me is dope as fuck.
She's amazing.
I
She's
love
amazing.
her.
She's amazing.
When I say I love her, like
Mhm.
I respect your marriage so much to the point where it's just like I'm not gonna ask you to be on my show and not talk to
You
wife.
don't know what's going on exactly, and you're not wrong. And so before I got married, I fasted like what was it? It was like 2 days before I decided to marry her. I bought this ring. Is this where we need to be? And yes, this is your wife. This is your thing. And I adore her and I love her so much. Like this woman completes me, honestly.
I actually
Um,
just watched a YouTube earlier. I mean, not to cut you off, an Instagram video earlier that said that he said that marriage is a calling upon your life. That's
absolutely.
not something that you just make a decision on.
No.
You know,
There's a,
like a
there's a
boyfriend or a
calling that
girlfriend.
is
It's a
on your
calling in
life
your life that you cannot
that you're
ignore.
dealing with the other person with, right? And so
Mhm.
Right.
like I said, I fasted, I prayed about it. Yes, 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 cool, whatever. My problem with marriages nowadays, once again, no shot. I love all y'all. So YouTube, the community, I love y'all. I promise you I do. I think a lot of people make decisions based upon how they feel versus what their spirit says.
I agree.
I think a lot of people say, "Oh my God, this person is treating me right. Oh my God, this person is doing everything I want them to do," versus what did God say in your relationship? Because they can
Mm,
do every single thing. They can treat you right. They can love on you, but they may have uh, ulterior motives. They may have
mhm.
things that are not that you vibe with or what you're about that don't work for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is why I said like I'm kind of old school because I did this whole deal and I'm just like no. At the end of the day, I prayed about it, I fasted over it. God said yes over everything. I know my wife is my wife. There's nothing that I'm ever gonna think about in terms of that.
But
Yeah.
Right?
that I feel like that in itself takes a level of maturity because
Absolutely.
everyone can't hear God clearly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so for you to even know what that gift sounds like or what that might look like coming from God Himself is you have to already have some sense of self awareness um and higher thinking than the average individual
Yeah.
anyway.
I don't even know if it's necessarily like self awareness. I think it's desperation, honestly, in a good way.
Mm.
So like when I decided, like I said, me and Jazz, we dated a year before I decided to propose to her. Right, went Disneyland, did the whole deal. Um, hold on one sec. Yes, love. Yes, please. Thank you. Sorry, babysitter. Um, and so when I decided to say, you know what, I think that's my wife, prayed, did the whole thing, whatever. There was a level of like, Lord, I trust you.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
so what you say to me in this moment is what will happen, but I trust you. And so in the moment we prayed, I prayed to God. We talked about it the whole night, and not to make this spiritual because that's not what I want to do, but it's my heart. Um, and so God said, "Yeah, like yeah, that's your wife. Okay, well if this is my wife, yes, we'll get married. Yes, we'll figure this out. And also the next step of this is my wife that God appointed me to. How do I work this relationship out? Because there have been plenty of times where we have not agreed. Like I said,
Mm.
I am a Leo. My wife is a Capricorn. We are literally the opposites of the opposites through and through. My wife is gonna work herself because that's what she does because she's a nurse. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna sit at home and I'm like, no, bro, I'm not coming to your job because you're weird, right? How do we then stop and figure out how we do life together?
Right.
And through that, that's what we figure out, and that's how we can become better, and that's how we do what we got to do. And so, for all
But
of
most
y'all out,
ask that question, how do we figure out life together? And that's why
yeah,
relationships end.
that's
I feel
why
like
they fail.
effective communication. I don't think people, to your point earlier though, Yana, I think people prefer to show up as whoever their partner wants them to be for the
Yeah.
sake of their relationship,
Versus who they are.
until they can't any longer. And then that's when it's like a finger pointing situation where it's like, no, because that's not who you was and I didn't even know. Oh,
Yeah.
come here, I'm sorry.
Right. But I will also say, is you as the human, whoever you are, whether you are male, female, whatever the case may be,
Fire.
it
It's
is
so
your job to
sorry.
stop and figure out if you are in a relationship.
It's okay.
Does this person work for me? That's first step. Do they
Right.
work? Yes. After they work, they got to call me to this person. Yes, they do. Okay, cool. Am I called to marry? Yes, I am. Okay, cool. Then you move on. And everything in between that can be a no or whatever, but it is
Yeah.
what it is. So
Yeah.
I'm
I will
sorry.
say
I didn't
that
mean to get all Jesus tonight, but that's my life. So sorry. Love y'all. Mean it.
say that no, I agree with you on that because it's hard to find somebody to be their authentic self because most people don't know themselves.
Right.
And that's where therapy does come into play. Like people don't understand. I'm a big advocate for therapy because I am in therapy
Right.
and it is a big deal to me. It's a big deal to me because I didn't know myself. I'm still learning who I completely am. But my family will tell you I'm a crybaby. They
Can't.
know when I'm going to cry, what I'm going to cry over, things like that. They know, okay, she's going to get emotional over this. So maybe we shouldn't tell her right now. Maybe we should wait. Like my grandmother had lupus. I was pregnant at the time she was diagnosed with it. She waited to tell me because I was pregnant and she didn't want me to know because I was high risk. And it was one of those where now I'm getting mad. And it's like, why am I mad? She was trying to protect me.
Right.
But at the time, through those eyes, I'm looking at it as, but why wouldn't you tell me? And then as I went through growing as a person, it's like she was trying to protect my pregnancy.
Yeah.
So as you grow, you learn more.
And as you learn, you do
know it all and you're perfect. Because
Yeah.
I still have moments where I'm like, damn, that was kind of fucked up. You need to apologize. And I'm quick to apologize. With my daughter, I know that I wanted to have a close relationship with my mom. I didn't have that. So with her, it's like if she has certain boundaries and she wants certain things, and I know that I want to have a relationship with her, I have to respect certain things. If she says, I don't want to talk right now, what am I supposed to do other than say, okay? It doesn't mean that she doesn't love me. It doesn't mean she doesn't care about me. It just means that in that moment, I don't want to talk about this.
Right.
So that's just what it is. But I respect that because I love my daughter. I want to have a relationship with her.
As you should. That's what all parents want.
Not
Regardless
all.
of all the BS. Well, I shouldn't say all. Sorry. All the good parents. Good.
Exactly.
Underline.
But
That's
that,
what we do.
when I tell people that's my mini bestie, you fuck with her, you fuck with me. And I will fight behind her. And like I said, I'm too cute to fight. But when it comes to her, I will crack a bottle over your fucking head over her.
Elbow drop, leg drop.
And then I'm calling people like,
really.
oh, we in such and such a place.
Mm-hmm.
I need you here. And I know it's a handful of people that'll actually make the trip to where she is. Because they just as crazy as I am.
Agreed. All right. 1 sec. I'll be back. Let me go be with fam. Give me 1 sec. Love y'all. Hold on 1 sec.
So I asked that question already. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and.
Sir, get how much?
Now I'm going to ask a fun question. Because I've been wanting to know this for a while. Don't judge me. I know I'm going to get judged on this question. Hey, girl, move if you don't want to know the answer. Is it considered a threesome?
I knew it had something to do with a threesome. I don't know why, but I already knew. Oh my goodness.
So is it considered a threesome or a train if it's 2 men and 1 woman?
That's a train.
I walked in at the wrong time. What?
I've been asking this question for so long.
Go again. I missed it. Say it again.
Is it a threesome or a train if it's 2 men and 1 woman?
Threesome. Trains 4 or more.
Okay. So, see, I don't even know the math because I've never had any of that.
Same. And won't.
Arrow, what's your response?
I've never been over there before. I don't know.
No, I haven't.
Me
I'm
either.
not on that side.
I don't
We
know.
are what they be calling us? Vanilla.
Yep.
I'll take it.
I am.
We are very vanilla people.
And will forever be. That's crazy.
We so pure. Oh, look at us. We
That's
good
crazy.
kids.
You know.
We good.
I'm not that good, but not that
Oh,
I ain't that bad either. So
Aaron.
Right. Whew.
Well, look,
Wait,
let me call Aaron when
have
this
you had
is
a
over and
threesome?
find out.
Have you had a threesome ever? Oh, okay.
nothing of
I've
the
never
sort.
had a threesome
Nope.
either.
Me either.
I'm a little jealous, so we can't do that.
You know, I've had friends that have had a threesome, and I'm just like,
Same.
mentally, how do you prepare for something like
Me
You
too.
don't.
Me
You don't,
too.
because it's not happening.
No, I couldn't do it.
No.
I'm
You
a
prepared
one
for it?
I'm a one woman girl, and you've heard it on the internet. With
I'm crying.
look, after a whole bottle of wine, because this bottle is gone.
Same. Girl,
I'm a
same.
one
Same.
I'm a one woman girl. I mean, a one man.
You know what you mean.
Hold on yourself.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I know what you mean.
I am a one man woman. Like, I'm with my partner. That's it. I'm not gonna cheat.
I'm too
No.
jealous. I can't do it.
Oh, if you've ever heard Beyonce's Jealous, that is
Yep.
me to a T. Like,
What I
I'm
look like
standing
out-
here
what I
in this
look like out
kitchen
here
making
sharing
you
it.
dinner,
I can't
and like, don't catch me fresh curls. I'm looking like all the goodness, and you over here with another woman. You have lost your fucking mind.
We're not doing that. No, absolutely not. No.
Fresh
Too
curls.
jealous. I'm
Fresh
not gonna be
curls
out
is hilarious.
Fresh curls. Trust me.
No. I'm not gonna be out here sharing you with nobody else. No. You're mine.
I don't share very well. And listen, I was raised an only child. Granted, I have siblings. But I was raised an only child. I'm not sharing. You got me fucked up.
I don't need to. Why? Anyway,
Why?
okay, great. Before we do this whole thing, because I feel like this is about to be an after dark conversation that we need to have, let's go ahead and end this podcast tonight, and then we can have a conversation. Because I feel like everybody about to judge us, and I want to have a conversation because Errol ain't said nothing the whole night, and I need him to be like relaxed. So
I'm relaxed. You know, I have nothing for this one.
exactly, which means if we go offline, you got everything for us. Don't play me. I know.
I got
okay.
no context.
Ooh, tell them.
So, not that I'm trying to end this, but maybe we need to end a little bit so we can have a different conversation.
Okay, so let me ask this last question before we, go off into the deep end.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is a fun one. How do you tell your partner they lacking in the bed? Oh,
That's not a quick one though. It's a fun one, but
I'm crying. I feel like you have to
I don't have that problem. I'm just going to say that right there for the internet. I'm just going to let everybody know. I don't have that problem because
I think you have to be honest.
no,
I think it's the way in which you say it.
Yeah, and I think it's the way in which you say that somebody is not performing to what you need. Now, I will also say I am very direct, and so I
Yes.
think you can have a conversation where it's, "Hey, love. Hey, person. Hey, babe. I love you, and this is what I'm looking for," and we're not hitting that.
I
will
wouldn't
also-
even say that. Honestly, I would just be like, I feel like I would want to like set the mood and then just kind of like make it like an interactive guidance, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So,
But
so
but
that
Jazz,
way, like
the
no one's
problem with
ego
this
is
though,
bruised, but
and
now you have,
you're saying
now
it's
you understand like what I want.
yeah, but you're saying it's interactive. What if you have someone who does not want to do what you think they should be doing or want to
And
do?
that's weird.
That's a different issue then, because now you're purposely saying how you prefer to be pleased is not what I'm interested in. So now we need to rethink this relationship in its entirety,
Not necessarily.
especially if
If
you're
I'm
married,
walking in,
because I've already committed myself to you, sir. Like,
that's fine. What
what
I'm
you mean
saying,
you don't want to? I
so
don't
you're
want you to be in
looking
a
for
space where you're uncomfortable either, though.
yeah, you're looking for a certain something, whatever that may be, right?
If I say
I'm
pull
just-
my
I'm-
hair, pull my
Pull my
hair.
motherfucking hair.
Right, but what I'm saying is, what if you have someone who is not comfortable with pulling your hair? they love you, they want to be with you, they want to do all these things. But what if they're
But
not?
maybe I'll put my own hair because if you hit on the other spots, then don't worry about it. I got the hair.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like it isn't so simple as just I think this, therefore it is this.
Then maybe they need some therapy.
Yeah,
Or
because
maybe,
why?
or
Like, what
maybe
is it
they
like?
are
No, because that's true. Because what if, like, maybe they experienced some kind of like domestic violence
exactly.
or saw domestic
No,
violence or something?
seriously. No,
But I
she's
feel like
right.
that might be
Yeah.
something that you may have already like learned
Yeah.
about the person.
But what if they don't because they don't want to expose that part of themselves to you? What if they are
It
like,
could
I've
be if it's
experienced
married or
this?
not. If
But
it's
That
a
most
married, unmarried
be
See,
conversation.
therapized.
what you're assuming though is that somebody who is married will expose them entire selves to you. That's not true.
It's kind of sad.
No, somebody. If there are people out there who had DV abuse, um, alternate attraction, we'll say it that way, right? That doesn't necessarily mean just because they are married to you
Get
that they
out there.
show themselves that part of them.
Listen, let me tell you, at this big age that I'm at now, if I marry you, you better be exposing it all.
Well,
Sorry, it's that E and J. Sorry. You're not wrong. But what I'm saying is though, Yana, and you're not wrong. Before we get out of here tonight, if somebody is in a
You know
place
what?
where they want to marry you, but they're not
What do you say to him?
themselves because they don't want to expose that part of themselves, maybe they
Girl.
are thinking too much about it. What do you do then? Because
So why you
both
crying?
sides,
Then
whether it is a
So
woman
you
or a
got your
man,
son.
there are people that are not confident in themselves fully.
no, we have to work on something together. Because if I say pull my hair, choke me, things like that, you got to be with the program.
Right.
Look how he paused his spin of the wine.
Right. What I'm saying though is exactly that same thing, right? Pull my hair, choke me, hit me this way, blah blah, whatever, whatever.
Yeah,
If
them is
the
definitely
person
giving
if
DV.
the dude is not confident in that, what do you do then?
Then you have to
Did he
really.
just say Earl's name?
No, I just said dude, but you call Arrow out
Uh,
because yeah, so whatever. Gemini. So what do you do when somebody who you want something, but the person you're with is not that confident? I'm just curious.
You have to know your partner, to be completely honest.
Right.
You really have to know your partner, because when it comes to that sexual connection, you have to know what your partner is willing to give and
Dax, he asked you to stop.
Yep.
you have to know.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you don't know, then you're not as close as you think you are.
Right. What I'm saying though is okay. Let me see. It's 10:02. We've been on here for 2 hours. It's crazy.
Woo, child,
Yeah.
we've been having a conversation.
I'm gonna leave it on this, right? So every human on the planet, we have three different levels that we operate in. We operate on the public, which is how people see you. We operate on the private, which is how your family, your friends, the people that are closest to you operate. And then you have, let me see, public, private, and then you have the kind of like inside of yourself things, right? Which are the things that you will not talk to anybody about. These are the things, your kinks, like the things that like you don't want to talk to nobody about because you feel like they're over the top, all that. So you have a husband or a wife who hits your public, your private, but they don't necessarily know how to hit the inner side of you. What do you do then? I'm just curious. This ain't me. I'm just curious because I'm asking because I feel like I'm gonna help YouTube tonight. So that's where we are.
You ain't gotta help me, because trust me.
Oh no, not you. I'm just saying YouTube. Everybody that's gonna come into this
He
place.
said YouTube, not
Yep,
you.
exactly. Because we all got our public. You out
No
here
more wine
like
than this
we
one.
all got our private, which is our friends and our
Look at her
family.
eyeballs.
But everybody know you got that side to you that you don't want to show nobody.
Listen, let me tell you.
I'm just
At
curious.
this point in time, if you have seen anything on Yana's Wine Corner, once the bottle gets like this and it ain't nothing in it, you know there is nothing
No
that's
filter.
been filtered.
Oops.
At this point in time, you really have to just be completely honest with your partner. And if you can't be honest with that person at that point in time, what are you even really doing?
I agree.
There is nothing that you are doing. You don't have a relationship. You really need to analyze yourself at that point. If I can't talk to you about the smallest things, what are we doing?
Yeah, it's definitely deeper than the sex at that point.
It's deeper than sex, because sex is just sex. You can have sex with anybody.
To your point, if you feel like it's a calling on your life to marry this person, that means that you're trusting who God gave you. So I'm trusting that I should be able to talk to you about pretty much anything under the sun if I can't talk to anybody else, because you are my person that God gave me.
Until the
So if I
person
can't trust anybody else, why would other than you? Like, that's, we got a bigger fish to fry than about some sex.
right.
Like Jazz and
And
I
so
can,
that's what I'm saying, Jazz. Like it's
yeah.
the idea of like, okay, cool. This person that I prayed for, I fasted for, like I know they fit me. And also, what if that person is not willing to accept that side of you? Or
I feel like that's a conversation that you have with that person, though. I feel like that's going to be, what do you call it? Like a per person basis. Like, because somebody might be like, well, on Tuesdays, if this is what you want to go do, go get your fix and come back, And another person might be like, well, if you're not willing to accept this piece of me, then I don't know if this is going to work. And then at that point, maybe you guys are not just going to couples therapy, maybe some kind of sex therapy too. And then again, maybe that's something on why that person doesn't want to accept that, and that's something separately within them that they have to address. And maybe that's something that we can work together to get to a certain point. But also, it comes down to the point of how much does this matter to me? If you don't put my hair, but you're hitting all the other spots, like, do I really care? You know what I'm saying? Or if this is a kink of mine where I'm like, I absolutely need this in order for me to, feel like my complete, top tier part in that area.
validation, right?
Yeah, then it's just like, okay, now we really got an issue, you know? And I feel like that it'll be up to that couple's conversation on how they're going to move forward in that. I feel like that's a hard conversation to say what you would do until you're actually in that situation. Because it's easy to be like, oh, I believe him. Like, I need this, I need that. Until you're actually in it, and it's like, okay, literally, he checks every box that I have outside of this one thing.
Yeah.
Is that really that deep to me?
Right.
Like, can I just add the rolls into the mix and then maybe we okay?
Absolutely.
You know?
So,
I
so
think
you two, this is not for me. I'm just saying this out loud. I'm trying to help y'all. I love you. Y'all together, y'all married, y'all do the thing. Go do your thing. That's all I'm saying. It ain't got nothing to do with me. My wife is my wife. She's amazing and beautiful and perfect and awesome.
We
I
love
just
you,
want to stop
Jazz.
there for everybody. That's all. That's all. Playing
No,
devil's advocate. That's all.
personally speaking, I know your wife. I've talked to your wife outside of you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a personal relationship with your wife. She can come on and speak for herself outside of this. And that's just what it is.
I don't even think she has to. Like I
She
said,
doesn't have to.
no,
But you and
I'm sitting
I
there
know the
playing devil's
relationship that
advocate for
you
tonight.
and your wife have.
Yep.
So it's one of those situations.
Yeah,
But
I'm not worried about it. Like the missus will take care of what she
now
needs to
I
take
will
care of.
tell you this as someone who has been married, not married now, but in a committed, situation. You have to be communicative.
Yes, agreed.
And that is just what it is across the board.
Yep.
You have to communicate your wants, your needs, your desires, everything. And if you can't, what do you have?
Fake. Sorry.
And and even if it's not a relationship, with your friendships as well. If I can't tell you, you hurt my feelings.
Exactly.
If
All right,
I
YouTube. We love you.
No, Errol has something to say. I seen him move his lips.
I know, I saw that, but I feel like Errol wanted to take it off stage because he the
I was
quiet guy in the group tonight. So
no, I was just gonna say that it takes those conversations need follow-up conversations too. So like whether it's before it happens or interactive during, there needs to be a follow-up conversation to do a temperature check. Okay, like how comfortable were you with that? Like, if you love somebody enough, you're gonna have to meet them halfway or somewhere anyway, because I've been in
It,
this situation and it took me a year like to get a little more comfortable, a little more comfortable. But this because
no,
this was this one thing
yeah,
that she wanted, even though she was satisfied in every other way, it was just this one thing that she was like, this is my weird thing. So
right.
yeah, with the right person, you spend your time on that. It's not a quick thing. I don't think if you love someone that you should be too quick with that answer and just say, okay, this is, I wouldn't do something for somebody that I love.
I agree.
I agree.
Whose person is Jahil Gilliard?
That's my cousin.
Okay. So
Not
they
your cousin on the chat talking about.
they said people talk about communication. How many people truly know how to do it? That
Most
is
of
a
them.
big statement because that is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Most people don't know how to communicate because the first thing you do is take offense to someone saying something that you don't agree with. It's a natural reaction. It's to take offense.
I think part of that is our upbringing too, though, and that's why for me, for my kids, I allowed them to say how they feel. Like we were not allowed. Like everything was considered disrespect if you were said if
Right.
you were told something and you had a response. And for me, I'm more so teaching my boys to more so speak in a respectful manner. Make sure your tone is checked. You know what I'm saying? But speak on very much how you feel, and I'm going to allow you to say what you feel because we're being told to communicate well when we were not allowed to communicate at all.
Right.
So I can't know how to do something that I've never even done, good or bad. You know what I'm saying? And I
Exactly.
didn't necessarily see it modeled well either. So I'm literally unlearning to not even relearn, but to learn for the first time how to
Right.
do something effectively.
I'm in the same boat. Yeah.
And it's not to make an excuse, but it's like we
But it's
genuinely have
true.
to consider what
Yeah.
people's households were ran like and what their upbringing was. And I literally was a child that was like be seen and not heard and do as I say, not as I do. And it's like I'm willing to do you not as you do, but how the hell do I do that? You know what I'm saying?
It
Like,
especially as a woman because we are always taught that a man's needs come first.
and I feel like we live in a time where we don't believe that, respectfully. Like, I don't believe that yours come first. I feel like both of ours matter, and we need to figure out how we can
How does it work?
compliment
Coexist.
one another, yeah, in that
Exactly.
regard. And me and my therapist were actually just talking about that because I was saying like we have kids, so people think like, oh, there's a schedule put in place because you guys are co-parenting, and it's like, no, even if you are not co-parenting, it's still effective to have a schedule in place so that way everybody's needs are met, the mama, the daddy, and the children. So if you have Monday, Tuesday, and I have Wednesday, Thursday, I'm not drained at the end of the week, or you're not drained at the end of the week because we have both had time to both attend to the house and to the kids as well as to ourselves. And I feel like people not teaching that enough. It's not who's first, you know?
See, but even in that, that's exactly what you're talking about. It's the idea of number one, having balance, which is somewhat of a fallacy, but it is the idea of folks filling in for what is necessary so that they can move forward. That's all. Like we just had this, like good example, even today, right? But baby's off. She's at summer camp all day. I cooked, made a whole meal for the family. I cleaned the house. My wife, she ended up washing clothes. You figure out what you got to do for the family to make it exist and move forward. That's all. And if you understand, regardless of if you are a guy or a gal, that things need to happen, it is what it is. That's all. There's no like rudimentary rules, or there's no like you do this, I do this. That's not real. You figure out what you got to do so that everything can work the way it needs to.
And it can be you do this, I do this, if that's what you guys have come to an agreement
Right,
on, but very much not like only women do this, only men do this. And even if that is how your household works for you, that's fine. But
right.
please don't come with the idea of something that happened in 1950 and think that that's just gonna swing. Like, no, it's not. But
Well, that's
unless we have already agreed that that's what works for us.
but even so, even if the agreement is what I said, I'm going to do this, you said you're going to do this. life changes.
Right. You definitely have to be open to pivoting, and you definitely have to give grace.
Exactly. The
And
reality
I
of it
think
is,
the
like I said,
grace part is where this generation is lacking. No one is giving anybody grace at this point.
I
It's
agree.
literally like, this is what I want, this is what I need, bring that, or
Or
it's
I'm not
this.
dealing with you.
Yeah.
The reality of
And
it
it's
is,
like, that's not realistic neither, because like we said earlier, people are going to constantly change, throughout the course of a relationship, especially if you guys started out young. So you can't be, oh, this is what I want and that's just it. Like, you're gonna have to pivot, or you also need to go seek some therapy on why the hell you don't want to pivot. Like, what's wrong with you?
exactly.
Because you're gonna have to pivot in all areas of your life. It's not just gonna be in a relationship. Like,
Yeah.
especially as a business owner, if you don't know how to do nothing else, you better know how to pivot.
If you don't do nothing else, you can pivot. So good example. So when I got married, I was 28, Jazz was 23. That was something we talked about consistently, right? And so now I'm 35. She's 30, about to be 31, I'm about to be 36, right? It's something we talk about all the time, which is this idea of pivoting. Like, what we thought this would be is not what we are now, and also what you can cover is not what I cover, and it's completely about the idea of you are here and maybe you're lacking, or I am here and I am lacking. How do we cover each other's weak spots? How do we make sure that our marriage lasts? And on top of that, because we have kids, how do we make sure that our babies are taken care of? If you can take care of the babies, cover her faults, cover your faults, make everything happen, you're good to go. That's the end of it. So I don't know. Anyway, all right. Yana, I'm gonna go offline because I feel like this is a deeper level conversation, but I'm not trying to give YouTube that. Subscribe to her
I
channel. Maybe
literally
she
just
doesn't
text
come
you.
down or whatever. I don't know. Just saying.
I'm so this went longer,
Way longer than we all thought, but it's okay. It's okay.
but it was probably a necessary conversation that needed to be had. And hopefully we help somebody
Probably
that
so.
was watching this,
I think
regardless of why.
I think we did, regardless of the wine. If
Look at
y'all
the baby in the back.
or y'all trying to get married, listen to what all these people have said. We love y'all, and we just want y'all to be married and have a fantastic, perfect marriage. Stop playing with us. We love you.
No, in real life.
For real though.
We
All right, this is
when
this is when
when I
I'll make my blend.
Are you gonna? No, you're not gonna do that, Errol. Oh,
Ew! Oh my god.
oh, Kiana's gonna be so mad.
I have to find out what's
Kiana's about to be hot.
He
All
said
right,
fucking shake it up.
Yana,
I
it's
was
time to go because you know they gonna come after us. Let's end so he can do this. Yikes! Love y'all.